Especially if you catch them by
I don't have
themselves.
the same fear. Like niggas be walking around here like like I don't have that fear. If I see a nigga sagging, sagging with tattoos on his face and arm, and he trying to look hard, like that doesn't move.
You shouldn't even fear them type of
You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. Matter of fact, I might challenge you.
Yeah, I might.
You know what I'm saying? That's just my nature. Like,
you know when you take that space away from a nigga, they get real uncomfortable. You be right next to a nigga. I make a nigga uncomfortable. Nigga. I take away all the real estate.
Like, what's going on with you, dog? Everything good?
You say you get 2 hands and you just roll. Everything good, nigga? That shit don't move me, bro. Cause my dad is the super gangster, and that nigga used to wear bell bottoms and shit. So I'm more scared of niggas that wear bell bottoms.
I'm scared of niggas with Jerry curls.
Hey, Jerry curls and lokes. If they got them lokes on, that's
That was scary back then.
You got a story to let me know how used to your pops.
Oh, my pops is.
When you talking about taking the place from niggas at the party?
Oh yeah, I got so many stories. I seen a nigga stab a nigga. It probably was like 7-8 times.
Legend.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, allegedly like a motherfucker. I'm gonna change his name. I'm gonna say his name is Daniel, the nigga that he stabbed. Bro, the nigga lived and shit, but the nigga was very respectful of Pops after.
Very.
So we used to live in this community. It was a lot of gangbanging ass niggas that lived there, and this dude Daniel had a little sister, and something happened where my dad stopped her from doing something, picked her up, took her to the house like OGs do, tried to knock on the house, see if her pops was there or something, because she was in some type of situation. I don't know what it was. And then her brother answered, and he was just super banged out. You know, and he answered the door on some, "Who was you, nigga?" And my dad said, "What you say?" And he was like, "Who was you, nigga?" He said, "Where's your daddy at? Your sister, this your sister or whatever, right? You know, she getting into some trouble. I'm in the car watching." And they go back and forth. And so the little nigga walked past my dad and go down the stairs. And then my dad say something to him because he's still waiting for the adult to come to the door.
Right.
And it's a big little nigga. The nigga's probably about, he wasn't a little nigga. He was probably like 20 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, appreciate that, Scott Greatness.
Mr. Scott Greatness.
So the nigga walked up the stairs, backed up the stairs. And my dad said, "Nigga, if you come up one more step, this gonna be a long motherfucking day for you, youngster." And nigga said, "What the fuck?" You Pops pulled out the blade. Nigga, he stabbed him all the way down the stairs. The little nigga ran, bro. He stabbed him, bro. That's how quick Smitty moved, homie. It ain't no.
I like how you prefaced it before. This nigga said, "Charlie, you ever seen your pops go live on the nigga?"
Nigga, I
said,
Pops
"You mean go live?" He
man.
said, "That nigga went live." He told me the story. I'm like, God damn.
Pistol, stab, nigga, everything. Smitty is literally not the nigga you want to fuck with if you on bullshit, because his 0 to 60 is crazy.
Yeah, they come from that era, bro.
Damn.
And my dad only 5'8", 5'7", 5'8".
The same my dad.
Green-eyed nigga, light-skinned hood nigga, so you already know he gonna be turned up.
Already.
You know, niggas been testing him his whole life. Right. Nigga, when he say I ain't no motherfucking joke, nigga, I ain't no motherfucking joke, my nigga. It's over. It ain't nothing nobody can do. He gonna go from that to whatever needs to be done to instill fear into your heart. Shout out to Smitty if you're listening, man.
Hey, man.
Love you.
Shout out to Pops, man.
Y'all seen the storming of the Capitol?
Bro.
Man. That was great, man.
Folks going wild, nigga.
Must see
Turn up.
I text y'all as soon as I turn my phone on, I'm like, nigga, hey, y'all see these white people going crazy?
So somebody clarify, they're storming because the Electoral College, right?
Yeah, they was doing a vote. They was doing a vote for Trump. I mean, not for Biden, and making it official. You know what I'm saying? So on what the 20th, they're gonna swear in Kamala and Biden. There were some protesters that was there for that. There was some protesters that was mad about the 600 they didn't get.
Right.
It was a game. It was a mix of people.
Nigga went all the way to DC for 600. What the room with the checks at?
But
Let me spend 500.
The plane ticket $850.
They went to the right spot though, because the senators, the motherfuckers who gave you $600. So they knew what they was doing. Like, but you know what I mean? I laughed at that shit. That shit was funny to me. It was white people going wild. I mean, I loved it, every fucking minute of it.
It was great.
I was upset with all the just watching the news, and then motherfuckers ain't saying I ain't hear not one terrorist, nothing like that. This is a terrorist attack.
That was definitely a terrorist.
Bro, it's not
Anybody down there?
but Dozie, it's not even.
I'm disappointed in the black police officer.
Somebody got shot in the
nigga
chest.
swing that
This nigga backpedaled up 3 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
He got a
Ebony, thank you.
He got a I only shoot my gun when my calves burn policy.
Yeah.
That nigga was waiting till he got a good cardio workout, niggas. He did not bust that gun, but the white dude came in with the shotgun and let that bitch have it.
Yeah, bro. It was
Rest in peace. I don't know her name.
It was hilarious. But my thing is, where's all the white folks talking about police lives matter?
Right.
Because
Blue lives matter, man.
Because look, all I hear is blue lives matter when we taking a knee. You understand what I'm saying? When we peaceful protest with the police, but why they don't matter now?
Because
You know what I'm saying?
White folks is telling motherfuckers how it really goes down. The United States would still be under the Queen of England if they didn't turn the fuck up in 1776.
Go ahead.
And if they didn't turn to Negro soldiers to help them win the fight.
Exactly.
Crispus Attucks is the first nigga,
yep,
first person, period, to die in the Revolutionary War.
1771.
Should be a holiday because all these white motherfuckers were scared to kick off the beef.
Niggas
Christmas
kicked it
was
off.
there, man, it happened.
That nigga put his war wig on with the ponytail, nigga, hopped on his horse, and got his motherfucking head blown off. Wait, niggas said the war wig? Nigga, you know they had war wigs back in the day.
Oh shit. Hey, real quick, bro. Dozie is here, y'all.
What up, Dozie?
Che Buqueno.
Hey!
What's up, man?
Bro, it's to me it was so funny though. Like just to see white folks mad makes me laugh.
I love that shit. But this is the thing. This is why I like this to show you how much they literally give a fuck about black people in America.
Go ahead.
I don't play that game about they shoot them, they don't shoot us. Look, this is what happened. They saying this the first time. This ain't the first time this shit's happened.
Go ahead.
No, we had the storming of the Bastille in 18.
We had the after the Civil War.
Shays Rebellion. We've had.
You had the Stoner Rebellion.
There's been hundreds.
You had Bacon's Rebellion.
Yeah, there's been. Bacon's is a very important one.
Yeah, because Bacon's Rebellion leads to the story I was about to tell about Wilmington, 1898. In 1892, black folks and white folks was coming together under what was known as the Populist Party.
Right.
The Democrats and Republicans was fucking shit up like they always did.
Right.
White folks was mad because black people was building up towns, all these different towns all around the country, hundreds of them. And so the black farmers and the white farmers had a common cause, and it was called the Populist Party. And they came together and they was starting to overthrow shit in 1892. Then they did what they always do. The government came, the Democrats and Republicans said, okay, we're going to go to the white folks. We're going to give y'all we're going to give y'all land rights. We're going to give y'all what y'all want as long as y'all don't fuck with these niggas no more. And the whole fucking rebellion stopped when they did that same divide and conquer. So black folks went ahead, we did. Wilmington, 1898, we elected black mayor, black DA, black people all up and down.
North Carolina, right?
Where Michael Jordan was born, Wilmington, North Carolina, 1898. Black folks got elected.
Jordan was born in New York.
No, he's born in New York, but he was raised in Wilmington.
Yeah.
But he's technically here. He was born in New York, but he was raised in
Before they do it.
Like, oh yeah, you right though for these niggas. You right.
Somebody's gonna
You don't know if somebody in the chat room.
Yeah.
Be rich. What's up?
You don't know anything.
Hey,
If Michael Jordan was raised in New York, he wouldn't have made it to the league. He'd just been a street ball legend.
yeah.
Niggas was selling too much crack in the early 80s for anybody to give a fuck about basketball.
Hey,
D. Rich, appreciate you, bro.
Sell crack, nigga. A big tall ass nigga trying to be discreet.
That shit be funny as hell. Hey, but y'all gotta like this video.
Watch with the little hell in his hand.
Nigga, a whole kilo.
Nigga, that nigga got a dozen 8 balls.
Hey, how's he serving the kilos to niggas? Go back up.
Hey,
You better catch that
Nigga
motherfucker.
said the whole bird in his
Jordan
head.
was in a terrible
video.
dope deal.
Nigga, the worst one.
Give me the worst. So athletic ass dope deal. Nigga, you jump from the parking lot to the
like
stairwell.
the video, share the video, like the video. You're right. I said Bacon's Rebellion. Bacon's Rebellion back in the 1600s. That was the first time black folks and white folks came here. I'm hungry. I said bacon first. It was the stone. Then there was a Stoner Rebellion in the 1700s, but then there was a Populist Party Rebellion in 1892.
Right.
That was the last one?
Yeah, that wasn't the last one, but that was one that led to 1898 Wilmington.
Okay.
Wilmington, all these black folks.
Hold on. Michael Jordan couldn't have so dope because he don't know how to pass the rock.
You stupid, bro. Because you don't know how to pass the rock.
That nigga couldn't help himself. He just stopped DeJuan mid-point.
Now that was a good one though. No. That was worth it. That was worth it.
Go ahead.
That was worth it.
Did he serve
That was worth it. That was
He'd have had
worth
all
it.
his workers killed.
Who?
Michael Jordan, he's a psycho, nigga.
That motherfucker's and he gambled too much. He a gambling. He addicted to gambling. He already had his.
You seen the documentary, right?
Oh yeah, I seen it.
That nigga is a psychopath, bro.
He's different.
He
definitely
different than a motherfucker.
He's
A
different.
psychopath.
That
bro.
nigga had Lynn Bias killed, didn't he?
Oh come on, man.
Michael
come on.
Jordan had Lynn Bias.
Come on, Charlie.
But it makes
Come on,
sense.
Charlie.
Come on,
It
man.
makes
Bias
sense.
about to come in.
R.I.P. man.
Kill that nigga Lynn Bias.
R.I.P.
It makes
Nah,
sense.
come on.
Put some re-rock in this shit.
That motherfucker got Mike Tyson.
Michael Jordan had to have killed Lynn Bias, homie. That's
Hey,
the only
come
thing
on, man.
that makes sense, homie.
Come
Hey,
on,
That's
man.
the only thing.
Michael
that
Jordan
makes
sent that
makes
nigga to
sense.
Mike Tyson's room. The Mike Tyson was the biggest star. Fuck this nigga. It's
That
gonna be
nigga Michael
me.
Jordan killed Lynn Bias.
He had to. He had
Why y'all
to.
keep saying that shit?
I'm just saying.
He probably got his daddy killed, but allegedly.
Hey,
but,
you
no.
heard that? Hey, oh,
That nigga said, "Fuck that, Robert Paris. I'm finna get this dope to Lynn Bias."
Robert Perry? I'm gonna protect your legacy, Robert Perry. Wait, he trying to protect Robert Perry's legacy? I'm gonna kill that whole ass nigga for you. Fuck it.
Robert Parrish.
Nigga
Hey,
Lynn Bias.
Fuck the dope for Robert Paris. Everybody know Robert Paris was serving the league. Everybody know that.
But like,
Yeah,
I want
they didn't
I
call
want
him
to
the chief
tie.
for
I
nothing.
want to tie this shit in though.
Tie it in.
But like in 1898, black folks elected all these people into everything in Wilmington, North Carolina. All the white people from surrounding towns got mad and got together and marched down to Wilmington. They first of all, one part of the white people, they went up to the governor's office. They kidnapped the governor because they knew if they were going to send federal troops, the governor has to request federal troops.
We're talking about Baker's Rebellion, right?
No, we're talking about Wilmington, 1898.
All right.
They kidnapped the governor so he couldn't call federal reinforcements, and they killed the black mayor and all the black people that were in town. They basically sat in trees and picked black people off as they was running out of town.
Damn.
Hundreds of black people died. All the whole democratically elected leadership got thrown out in a coup. And instead of the state of North Carolina prosecuting the people who killed those black people, they changed the laws and said if your grandfather was a slave, you could no longer vote. They said the problem wasn't these white supremacists coming down, burning down the courthouse, burning down the shit and killing all these black people.
Right.
The problem is black people's right to vote. So for all you motherfuckers that want to sit around and say the country ain't never seen this shit, yesterday was America from day one. Motherfucker, get used to it.
It's been happening.
I loved it.
This been
I
happening.
don't know if I
Turn up was real.
Because it's always been my ancestors that was on the front end of it.
But it's sick that the headlines would have been way different if it was a bunch of niggas.
Oh, yeah. Automatic. Those savages.
Headlines would have been way different.
That's why I don't like that, man. I don't like it if black people we getting into that.
Why
This ain't got nothing to do. Let them look crazy, man.
We can
It
still
ain't got nothing to do with us.
It ain't. We don't gotta. Oh,
No, I ain't
if it
gonna
was
lie.
a black person, let's not do that.
I would have had a great time out there dope fiending racist white.
Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't have been
Oh.
fighting fair. I'd have been dope fiending.
man.
An old bitch.
you line her up. How you line her up? Line her up.
Hey, did y'all see that black chick that lined up that white girl?
Oh, peace
You saw that white up there? Her shirt, she was straight.
Bruh,
That black chick that lined up that white
His
chick.
whole face was bleeding.
Yeah, she got hand. It was
That
like Ann
motherfucker-
Wolf or one of them.
Yeah, bow.
I can't stand racist white folks.
But I'm with you,
I
Dun.
ain't got no issues with white people, but I can't stand racist white motherfuckers because they not fair.
That's facts.
They never
They're
have
not
played fair.
They don't play fair, man. And any opportunity I have to dope fiend a motherfucker that hates me for being black, I'm gonna do it.
I'm with you.
Nigga, I'm gonna put on some spiked gloves, nigga. With spikes coming off the knuckle. I'm gonna have
Old school fighting.
yank my hand out of here. Oh.
Hey, where you gonna find some
This
spiked
nigga Craig
gloves
gonna
at?
get some
make
bebop and rock steady gloves.
Them
Them ozones. Oh yeah, rest in peace.
That nigga gonna be just like Michael Jackson and Scream.
Hey, no,
I'm
I'm gonna do some passive aggressive shit. I'm gonna put on a spike undershirt. You feel me? 'Cause, you know,
Nigga look like the California Love video.
I'm gonna kill a motherfucker with a hug.
making bets like $40.
This nigga Craig do look like Animal from Legion of Doom.
$40. I knocked this bitch out.
Water rush.
Spike
Oh
hug.
man.
Hey,
shit funny than
but that's some real shit though. Like I'm not tripping on the headlines because at the end of the day, the white supremacists is gonna do what the white supremacists do.
Right.
People know what the real deal is. They choose not to acknowledge it. Just like black people all know racism exists, but you got two types: the ones who do something about it, and those who say fuck it and go back to picking the cotton. So everybody know what's real. Y'all gonna keep white people going white people. Fuck it. I'm not tripping no more on that shit. All I want to know is black people. This ain't our fight.
It ain't.
Let these motherfuckers do what they do. Whatever happens, happens. And we got our own shit to build. God damn it, we got schools that don't take care of our own fucking kids. We got a whole lot of shit that we got to solve. Absolutely. Independent of what these motherfuckers is
Brandyn
doing.
is still uncomfortable sitting in the front of the bus. We got a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying?
What? You don't know we be on the bus?
This nigga in the front of the bus like.
I ain't gonna lie. I love sitting at the back of the bus.
Yeah.
We always have, always will. Fuck it.
We've been the victims of facultative sublicide for a long time.
Facultative sublicide.
Okay.
I know you just learned that word today. Spell that shit right now.
You got sublicide, which is when an animal that is born kills its siblings immediately. Like a lot of birds, when if they hatch first, they'll just go ahead and dump the other siblings that they're stronger than out of the nest. So
the mom will do it too.
Right. The mom will do it as well. So facultative sublicide is when it doesn't happen right away. It's still the action of being killed by a sibling, because white folks are humans. There are siblings as well, but it's not done right away. It may be a slap here, a kick here, a punch there, a bite here. And so finally it becomes a cumulative effect that kills you physically or mentally. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be aware of that, because the reason that animals commit sublicide in the nest is because there's an innate or subconscious understanding that there's not enough resources to go around for everybody.
Somebody got to go.
So I got to do what the fuck I got to do to get rid of my competition.
Facts.
We're trying to be good people, hence the black nigga backpedaling up 9 flights of stairs. He's trying to be a good person.
I was mad about that.
He got 16 rounds.
He's trying to be a good person, not understanding that the people you're trying to be good to, their mind state is sublicide. They realize it ain't enough jobs to go around for everybody. It ain't enough food. These niggas are bigger, faster, stronger, as smart or smarter. They're resilient. We've been trying to kill these motherfuckers by slap, kicking, punching, being racist to them for the last 300 years, and they're still here. But you're worried about being a good person. When this nigga's thinking survival, I got to get rid of you to survive. It makes no sense why a black officer would be backpedaling up. Start doming niggas, man. They killing young black kids over water guns. You got a nigga running up in the Capitol yielding a fucking Confederate flag. We all know what that means. You can't wave no Confederate flag around me and be aggressive. If I'm a cop, I'ma dome your motherfucking ass.
Go ahead.
Right.
Period, point blank. The same way that white officer domed the white chick, I would have had 4 bodies up in there that day. That nigga hit the corner with that rifle, not asking no fucking questions.
Right.
So why couldn't the black dude be that way?
That mentality
was fearful, bro.
Black people are still. A lot of black people unfortunately still see them as God. You know what I mean? They're worried about, because they always. I'm always talking positively of black people. But let's cut this shit. It ain't that we more humane, because if it was a nigga running, that motherfucker would have dropped 16 in their chin. So it ain't about no humane shit or nothing. It's just that
he done ran for me too.
Yeah,
he done ran for me too.
Dozie, he would have shot you once for America and 3 times for Africa, nigga. So you might have dodged the shot, but he would have let him off if it was your black ass coming.
Put it this way, I wouldn't have been in that situation.
You're right. We wouldn't have been there. He would have shot Brandyn because of his hair.
As soon as that glass would have broke, I'd have started busting.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
As soon as that glass, let's get it.
No question.
There was one person shot. There was one. All the 4 people died. One person was shot. So one fucking shot. All them fucking people.
Soon as a nigga see a nigga die, his energy gonna change.
Yeah, his whole energy gonna change.
A nigga not gonna watch a nigga get his head blown off next to him and be like, "Oh shit, what's happening, my nigga?" The nigga really turn around and go back to the car.
Oh shit!
I mean, wait.
What's happening, my nigga?
We didn't expect y'all to shoot.
You done blew the homie head off. Square up.
Raymond came out. So the nigga backpedal, the nigga that backpedal never even pulled his strap.
Didn't even pull it out.
Never even reached for the gun.
they should have took that baton and beat the shit out of him. I wouldn't even got mad.
The white boy was like, I'm trying to let him say I don't want to be up no police on camera, nigga. But we finna get up these stairs. They got up the stairs.
And
This nigga didn't even
They went
go
to
to
pictures
they knew
Bro,
and,
at all.
And
16 on my hip.
Brown brought an
Killing
interesting
18.
point up to me. Brown brought a very interesting point up to me before the show. This was a double inside job.
Oh, yeah.
This was an inside job on top of an inside job.
Go ahead.
How the fuck they know what offices to go to? How they know where niggas' desk and shit was?
They got footage of the Capitol Police
Facts.
letting the protesters in.
They just
Oh,
let
yeah.
them
But-
motherfuckers right in.
Right.
I will say this. Before, like, you can't go in those buildings. They're public buildings you can go in. So these are buildings that they could have been in on vacation plenty of times.
But they didn't let us go past
Done
them.
some
But
recon.
when they in session, no. You can't.
But you can't go while you're in session, but like it's open. These all these buildings are open to the public.
So they would know where.
And one thing we have to understand about the white supremacists. They are some studying motherfuckers. There's a reason why Dylan Roof on June 17th went to the church, the Mother Emanuel Church, on that date. Because June 17th is Juneteenth, and the Mother Emanuel Church is where Denmark Vesey had his planned revolt in 1822. And we understand this because he's talked about it. And then when you see his pictures, he has a whole bunch of pictures of Rhodesia, which talks about what was current day Zimbabwe, and the whole massacre down there where more people were killed in Africa than way more than what happened in Germany. So these white supremacists, they do their reconnaissance. They study their history. They understand what's going on, and so we tend to underestimate how intelligent they take killing people. Yeah. They don't just go out and
Say
kill.
that again, because you're too smart to say shit like that.
We don't understand how these motherfuckers, how intelligent they are when it comes to killing folks.
There we go.
Because they take their time, they study, they research, they infiltrated law enforcement. 2006, on my show yesterday, I talked about the memo that the FBI released saying they successfully infiltrated law enforcement. And in that memo, they said the biggest threat is other law enforcement because these people are going to put law enforcement in compromising positions. Exactly. But Bush didn't do nothing about it. Obama didn't do nothing about it. Trump didn't do nothing about it. So that's just all you dumb VOTEP motherfuckers, let y'all know.
You said VOTEP.
These VOTEP motherfuckers. That should let all you motherfuckers know that is those two Crips and Bloods against us. Man. They don't give a fuck about cops. It's an FBI memo. Look that shit up. 2006. White supremacist groups have successfully infiltrated law enforcement. Y'all gonna find that motherfucker like on the second page.
And they still not listed as terrorists.
And they're still not listed as terrorists. Well, no, they were listed as the number 2 threat to national security behind global warming, but Trump took them off.
Yeah.
And so, but at the same time, the liberal media that claims to hate Trump didn't really say nothing about it because they know at the end of the day, these white supremacists are the main reason why the status quo stays in place. Bombing shit in Nashville and shit. We didn't even hear about it.
Right.
White boys shot at them motherfuckers down in Vegas, 60 people. We done forgot about that shit.
Right.
The white supremacists, the casual white supremacists, these militia groups, they've always been the buffer between the established power and black people rising. And we got to understand that going back to 1872, going back to when I was talking about Bacon's Rebellion, this shit is organized, is planned, and that's why we need to get the fuck away from all this shit and let them have their own fight. And let's make our families, just make your own fucking family better. Do that.
So, do you think they accomplished the goal that they set out to do? No.
It's not over. This is the beginning, man. We're going to see a lot of this shit the next 4 years. So this is, yesterday wasn't shit.
The devil in the goddamn church.
Yeah, sure ain't over.
The devil is in the church. Nigga.
Yeah, that's been in the church.
Shit.
It's some goofy shit on the way, man.
It's some goofy shit on the way, man.
It's
I don't know what it is.
It's already here. We just ain't seen it yet.
Well, yeah, we in the midst of it, so.
Them, you know, what was a big thing too. Them censoring Trump. Saying Trump can't talk on Facebook. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
That's big. That's going to show a lot about what's going to happen in the next 4 years. For
All of
the
us.
internet, to all of us, everything we doing. So, you know what I mean? It's going to have to be plan, plot, strategize. They got something popping, nigga.
We saw when COVID dropped, though. When COVID dropped, like any information that was against like popular opinion was getting snatched off YouTube.
Right. Video.
Yeah, like you said, like Phil Valentine had a video last week that was taken off the air. You know what I mean? So we see with Biden, we about to have censorship on a level that we haven't seen here in America in a long time. Agreed. And we just voted in the party of censorship. And you're right, what's happening to Trump is foreshadowing. They're going to take him off, but he'll be back on after the 21st. He'll be back on social media.
What you gonna do?
Farrakhan won't.
What you gonna do, DeWine, when they start trying to censor what you eat?
I'm gonna do what Kraig. I'm gonna do what you do, man.
what is that?
I'm gonna start eating through my nose the way you do, you aardvark. This nigga Kraig's a light skinned aardvark.
That nigga, the one gonna bowling ball through a RV's window. Nigga gonna tuck and roll.
This nigga Kraig done sneezed out of Arby's window, nigga. Nigga, you the only nigga that can sneeze through a bank teller window, nigga.
I cracked the glass. But nah, man, this is another example of passive aggressive behavior. When somebody's actions, when what somebody says doesn't match what they do, that's passive aggressive behavior. You know what I'm saying? And they also, when a person says something that doesn't match what they do, they exemplify a few different things: bitterness, hostility, towards people, intentional delaying of or making mistakes when dealing with other people's requests. I mean, they've been delaying and doing intentionally destructive shit to us as a people for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Having a cynical, pessimistic, or aggressive demeanor. You know what I'm saying? Storming the Capitol, I mean, shit, and frequently complaining about feeling underappreciated or deceived. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What happened to America? Good old white America. So we in the middle of some shit, man. Unfortunately, it's going to take more than being a good fighter to survive through this. Yeah. You're going to have to definitely start acquiring more knowledge. Start buying some weaponry, learn how to shoot. You know what I'm saying? Do all the shit they doing, because these motherfuckers have been preparing for some next level shit for years. Yeah. You go to certain parts of the country, and in certain people's homes, they got every different type of piece of weaponry that you could kill fool with and kill people with.
Well, Kraig, that's what I was saying. So how important is it for black people to be licensed gun owners?
It's extremely important. You know what I'm saying? If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're dealing with a hostile mob of people, you need a weapon that can shoot a lot of bullets to protect you. We can't depend on this system to protect us, because it's only going to protect us to a certain point. Once we start to show independence, because our lifestyles have been criminalized, once we try to, elevate to the next level, there are already things in place that, are designed to guide us into the prison system or to make it to where we can't, live, what I'm saying, without the system. You know what I mean?
Stop being dependent. And somebody made a really good comment too. Grow your own food.
Straight out.
You know what I'm saying? Start growing your own food and get strapped up. And not only that, man, if you strapped up, you should be affiliated with other people who got similar straps like you. So just in case something go down, it's a different story if they're like, don't mess with the wine house.
Yeah.
Because if you do, 40 niggas will show up with AKs and ARs.
Right. Hey, you're right, but going off what you said earlier about as far as being strapped up, I want to make something clear. When I talked about Wilmington, anytime I talk about black people getting massacred and stuff, it ain't because we didn't fight back. It ain't because these motherfuckers is dope-ass fighters. It's because they literally had laws to where black people couldn't own guns.
Talk about
right.
it.
So the reason why these motherfuckers felt so free to come into a lot of our towns and burn them down is because they were towns that they knew, okay, all them niggas can't own guns over there. It's a one-way fight.
Right.
These white supremacists have never come up against us when they know we was equally strapped.
Right.
And we also got to know when we talk, okay, what happened with Black Wall Street? Black Wall Street, we was beating the shit out of them, and so the National Guard blocked all the roadways because other niggas from other towns was coming from reinforcements.
Pulled up.
And the National Guard blocked the roadways from black people coming to help. And for the first time in American history, these niggas used planes to drop dynamite on us. So let's just make it very clear. Every time black people had guns, we dog walked these motherfuckers.
Facts.
The times we got dog walked is when we don't have guns, but now we can have guns. So like what Kraig is saying, nigga, use it.
Well, they'll change that law if enough niggas start getting
even
licensed.
if you can't have a gun, have a gun.
Yeah, everybody should have a gun.
Yeah.
If you own a house, if you live in a house, if you live in a property, there should be a gun in that property.
Have a gun. Look,
House,
and if you-
apartment, car, anything.
Hold on.
Wherever you rest your head.
Because we have a boule in our community.
Talk about that.
And a lot of our women have the boule mind state.
Hey, man, that's some real talk.
Because they want to survive. They're taught to look for a good spouse that's educated, that's successful, and they fall somebody who, often find themselves with somebody who aligns with these white supremacist principles. You know what I'm saying? And it makes them non-dangerous. So a lot of brothers are complying with these beautiful, elegant, educated black women who just don't want to see the family get hurt. They don't
No. We don't have
danger.
guns in the house. We don't do
What
that.
they don't, you understand what I'm saying? And my thing is, if you're with a woman, and this is your girl that you love, and you're gonna be with her, you have to be stomped down about this weaponry issue.
Have to be.
Do not let her fears guide the protection of your family. You're the man. I don't give a fuck about none of this equality shit that we talking about, or what's going on now. We're talking about protection, life and death.
Yeah, because
Now,
when it comes to that,
it ain't no
It's a
gender
gender
equality,
role.
none of this
Gender role.
androgynous shit, or none of this overly comfortable, educated space that a lot of educated black people have got to, where they think their mind is stronger than somebody else's ignorance.
That's real.
You have
Because
because it's not your ignorance that you're protecting yourself from. You're protecting yourself from somebody else's ignorance. Your mind is not stronger than another man's ignorance. An alligator is a dumb animal, but the motherfucker knows how to hunt and kill shit that's smarter than it. It'll lay in the cut all day.
Damn.
Looking at the motherfucker, high water level.
Bored as a motherfucker.
All day. You can't. Ain't no way you can tell me an alligator is stronger than some of the shit that it be eating. I mean, not maybe stronger, smarter, but it knows how to kill. It's,
Jaguars and shit.
that's what I'm saying. It's dummies that know how to kill. I'm talking about pure idiots. So stop basing the fact that you went to Harvard, you did a master's in Europe, you lived in Cambridge for a year and made your father and mother so proud of you to be an educated black person. And I'm not like these other niggas with that attitude.
You just gonna shit on Dozie's life like that?
Hey, Kraig, I want to say something. I want to shout out Kraig Smith for this shit because, like, Kraig speaking some real shit right here.
Those were the came
I've
here.
been around Boule.
They know that.
No, Kraig.
They know that.
Remember the conversation we
Dozie's
had.
not Boule. You know when you've been around Boule
But
niggas.
even non-Boule niggas. I'm not a Boule nigga, but I remember Kraig and I, because for you dumb niggas out there that think I'm a know-it-all, no, I'm not a know-it-all. I just know more than you. It's a whole bunch of shit I don't know. But I'm always willing to listen to people, especially people that I respect, and I respect Kraig. I remember 2012, me and Kraig had the same conversation. He's like, "You got a piece?" He was in my spot, and he was like, "You got a piece?" I was like, "Man, I ain't got no gun. You know what I mean? I'm good. You know, I don't need no protection. People around here ain't tripping." And Kraig was like,
That nigga said, I'll take 12 bullets, and then I still get to the nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Womp, womp, womp. Survey says.
Wrong answer. Come on, man. Fuck it.
All right, I see.
It was
I see over here.
I'm gonna let him get it off. I'm always on his head. I'm gonna let him get it off. I'm gonna let him get it off.
But
I got more. I'm gonna let him get it off.
But Kraig being somebody I respect as a man to man, he really talked to me man to man like, "Hey, DeJuan, I think you need to rethink this." Remember, we had that conversation in my living room.
Definitely.
And after Kraig and I had that conversation about me rethinking it, I did rethink it, and I went and got my license, and I went and got my shit, and I was ahead of all this shit that's going on right now as far as getting guns because of a conversation Kraig had with me man to man. Like, I know you spiritual, I know you think on a higher level and all that shit, but it's still dumbass niggas walking around here.
And you got a wife to protect.
Yeah, and I got a wife to protect. And when Kraig had that conversation, I didn't go get a gun right away, but it stayed in my head.
It provoked thought.
It provoked thought to where I sat down and I thought about it, and I went ahead and did what I did. Now my Mossberger's dope than a motherfucker. I dare you to go.
Nigga, that bitch
two
hard.
options, DeJuan. You either was gonna get a gun or you gonna call somebody with a gun to come protect you. It's only two options you got.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. People need to think about that too.
It ain't no negotiating with a nigga that's in your face with a strap. You're not gonna say, "Well, hey, let's sit down and talk about math problems." That nigga is ready to clap.
And you gotta understand something about these racist white folk. This is to all races in this country. This ain't to black. First of all, my filter on racism is different. It's not color. It's labor to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I look at it, as. It's a labor classification. Okay. Only time that you are, required to fill out your race is when you're either trying to get a job. What are you, black, white, Pacific? Right. Or when you're getting financial aid. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a student loan. They want to know what labor is out there available to do the work. So to the elite level white supremacists, they don't really their view of us is what labor is available to do the work that we have. That's how they view us. That's why they can be so cold and do things, because we've been dehumanized. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, do some research on that, man. But what the fuck was I trying to say? Damn. Fuck.
Kraig eat oranges like apples, nigga. That's
I be eating oranges like a motherfucker. No, but what I was saying was, so we're thinking along the lines of trying to protect our brother and our sister, and they're thinking along the lines of getting rid of a motherfucker that's stopping their kids from eating. You understand what I'm saying?
Damn.
We thinking
that's a different level of fight right there.
It's a different level. They fighting to survive. So while we thinking hip hop and rap and niggas can hoop and I grew up next door to this nigga and I'm protecting my homie, nah, they thinking about their stomachs, bro. People eat people when they get hungry enough.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if a nigga will eat a nigga when he's hungry enough, what do you think he'll do when he still is in his conscious mind and he knows that he could possibly get hungry enough to have to eat a motherfucker? He gonna try to be ahead of you. So when you start seeing these white supremacists storming the Capitol and doing shit, they're already prepared. They already got 1,000 rounds of artillery. They could fight for a week. Right. They already got rations.
Hey, Kraig, I got
where they
a
don't
question.
have to go to the grocery store. They got enough water.
I got a question, Kraig, because I want to build on what you're saying from a historical context. Talking about, you know, eating. This is the European story long before they came across us. Black people tend to take it personal. Oh, they killing us. Oh, they doing that to us. This is what the fuck they did to each other for thousands of years in the caves of Europe.
And still ain't been labeled.
The 100 Years' War. Kraig, what did the Roman Empire do to the Vandals to keep them out?
Man,
tell them that story. What did they do to the Vandals?
What did the Roman Empire do to the Vandals to keep them out? They paid them.
Why did they have to pay them?
Well, I mean, basically, the Vandals were a terrorist group that went around Europe and they would fucking blitzkrieg cities and countries and cause havoc. And they would extort them to say, if you want this shit to stop, you got to pay us. You know what I'm saying?
So where are the Vandals right now? They if you look them up, they sacked the Holy Roman Empire in the 400s.
The Vandals, the Visigoths, all these motherfuckers were nomadic warring tribes of white folks.
They sacked the Moors. They went ahead. They ain't gonna Saxons. So where are those group? Where are the children and grandchildren of those people now?
They're here now
in the United States. So going back to what Kraig said, these are people who don't have the same point of view. And for those of you who think I'm just on some Hotep shit, I encourage you to read Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop, Civilization or Barbarism. It's an anthropology book.
Well, let me clarify. Somebody said the Vandals are from Germany. Okay, that's slightly correct. Germany is a culmination of several different tribes.
Yes.
So stop thinking when you hear somebody say I'm Polish or German or I'm from England that has always been a unified place. Yeah. It's not. You know what I'm saying? There's always been a multiplicity of tribes. These niggas spoke different languages.
The British monarchy is German, motherfucker. Yeah. The Huns, the Franks, the motherfucking Visigoths, Vandals, they're all Germanic tribes that roamed throughout Europe. Right. Yeah. Basically what they did was they roamed throughout Europe fucking shit up, and that's all they did. And then they were at the point of civil war in Europe. In the late 1500s, right. And the thing that got them Europe from going, because they had a whole bunch of wars in Europe, the thing that did that was America opened up. Right. So all the people that was discontent in Europe through the 1700s got shipped over here.
And that's what I was going to say.
Dealing with right now
do y'all
are
think
the children of these motherfuckers.
Do y'all think people really understand that America started as a garbage country, that we took trash from everywhere else?
They don't know that shit. They don't know that
in multiple ways. Because they took the garbage in the 16 and 1700s, right. And then in 1882, after doing Reconstruction, when black people rebuilt this motherfucker, when black people had hundreds of wealthy towns trading with Haiti and other countries, they said these niggas are getting rich, so we about to bring in some more immigrants, and they said bring us your poor, bring us your weak, bring us your unhealthy. And that's when all your Italian, German, right, and all the Germans are already here. But that's when all your Italian,
but we got the thugs and the Vandals and all of the crazy people from everywhere else first.
In multiple ways, we got these motherfuckers.
But what you gotta understand about the Germanic tribes is what makes Germany so significant is two people. You have Charlemagne, and then you have King Otto in German history, right?
Yeah.
I sometimes get it mixed up. If I'm wrong and somebody knows this history, please correct me, because I don't think I know everything, but I love history, so you know what I'm saying. Charlemagne is the reason why Europe became Christian, because Charlemagne's life mission was to destroy all the nomadic tribes into Europe and make them bow to the knee of Christianity. So he spent his entire kingship trying to unify all the separate tribes in Europe to become one common Christian thinking mechanism. Okay, now you have King Otto. No, that may be Charlemagne as well. So once Charlemagne did that, he went to Rome. And basically he pledged the allegiance of the country to the Roman, to the Catholic Church. You know what I'm saying? And basically they pay the Catholics. They've been paying the Catholic Church a tax for the last however long it's been since the nigga died. And he's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, that you know, that these white folks have this. I'm not saying he's the reason, but his way of life is the reason why they have this warring attitude where they want to kill up everything that doesn't do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because before that, you know what I'm saying, these motherfuckers was, when they took, a pagan was anyone who was not a Christian, a Muslim, or any of the right. So his whole life's mission was to off the pagan. When he spoke about pagans, he wasn't speaking about black people or people of you know, Asian descent. He was speaking about non-Christians. You know what I'm saying? His whole mission in life was the crystallization of your pineal gland, like some of my Hotep niggas be saying. You feel what I'm saying? But if you are a Christian or a Catholic, you need to understand who Charlemagne is, because he's a very important person and an influence over the way you think now. And this nigga's been dead almost 1,000 years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And real quick, it's 1,700 people and we got 550 likes.
Oh, this is bullshit. 550 likes. Come on, man. What are y'all doing, man? I gotta keep the lights on.
Real quick, just take a quick pause and hit that thumbs up button, please.
Let me see.
Sharing the videos mean more than likes.
Man. Hit
So
that real quick.
share the video on your pages. Share it on Twitter.
Appreciate
because the
y'all,
shares
man.
actually
Thank you
mean
very
more than the
much.
likes. Let the people
Appreciate
know.
it. Y'all running it
all
up.
the people running their mouth talking about black men ain't talking about nothing. We talking to y'all some real shit. So appreciate it and share it, please, y'all. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Run it up, man.
Yeah,
there we go.
definitely, man. Man, hold on. I want to do something real quick. We got a
But
special
yeah, you talk about Charlemagne. Then there's King Edward, out of England. You know what I mean? And we got to understand that King Edward III. Every president that we've ever had shares a bloodline with the motherfucker. But that's a different subject. And so, but like this whole, all this shit is church shit. Like I tell my, like the reason why like America is under the direction of the Protestant church. Protest. Why? What were they protesting? They were protesting because the Pope had granted the world to Portugal and Spain.
What do you say to people who think that King Edward was melanated?
I say, look. Learn the fucking story and know yourself. It don't matter, you know, because it's a lot of these motherfuckers were. A lot of people were black, but when it comes down to black, not like when people say it was Jesus black. Look, man, the whole point is know yourself.
Jesus wasn't black because his nigga never existed.
Oh, cut it out.
That's nigga.
Yeah.
Let's go, Kraig. Let's go, nigga.
I'd rather talk about that.
Find me a nigga in Africa named Jesus.
Come on, nigga.
I don't think he was black though.
I don't think he was black Mexico.
Hey, find me a sandal.
You got to remember.
Find me a sandal of a nigga named Jesus.
Now
From
find me a nigga
Because he wasn't black.
He ain't got no sandals?
Jesus wasn't black.
because his real name is Heru.
Hey, Rue.
Jesus had a shag,
It was with an
man.
H, it wasn't with a J.
Jesus wasn't
where you
black.
got the
I ain't
word
one of them
Hebrew
niggas
from.
that think he was black. Yeah, he was a Hebrew Israel. He was black. He had nappy hair. Then he wasn't black.
4,000 years ago, there was no such thing as a Jewish person.
Exactly.
There was no such thing as a lot of races that exist now. So there's been a lot of racial mixing that has occurred and created other religions and other tribes. So now it's very easy in hindsight to say, you know what I'm saying? But that
We
didn't
can do that.
exist.
We can even kill that with the Bible. The Bible says that, not even the brass thing, but I'm talking about the location of where Jesus was at and where he was raised and got his knowledge in Kemet, which is in Africa. The Middle East only exists because you can't be in the middle of the East. That's Northern Africa too. So what I'm saying is,
there's a whole identity crisis with a lot of these, Abrahamic descendants. A lot of these Arab cats. So I got mad love for y'all or whatever. But look, let me tell you something. Egypt is in Africa.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mesopotamia was built by
Elizabeth Taylor did not look like how they looked in Egypt.
And all that stuff in ancient Mesopotamia, all that stuff, when you look at the documents from 3500 BC, that was a child of Kemet. That was North Africa, like Duncan said. All those different empires that y'all talk about built up in Damascus and what's now Baghdad and what's now Iraq, those were colonies of Egypt, similar to how the United States built up Hawaii. God damn it. And so these are people that at one point they got free of the colony, then went back home and beat them motherfuckers' asses and shit. But all the math, all that stuff they talk about, math came up in Baghdad. How the fuck can math come up in Baghdad when the first step pyramids in the Sudan they're using pi?
Right. Definitely. This nigga know a lot about pie. It's apple pie, it's the peach pie, all that shit. They turned it into steps, okay? To the pyramid.
Pi is the angle of Kraig's nose.
All came from Africa. All of them came from Africa.
But key lime is European.
Snickers, Twix, Gatorade, all that shit's African. Okay?
Most architecture, those can say, is based on math also. So
All
you couldn't build
architecture.
any of those structures without math.
How
Right?
can you build
Thank you.
without numbers? Huh? Oh, I got it.
This nigga,
We ain't even been an hour.
that nigga got a guitar lesson. Brandyn got a guitar lesson.
Brandon got to get out of here. Like, man, hurry up.
Man,
Dallas
no,
is right.
man. I didn't tell my wife it was going to be another woman in the studio. You got to hurry up and introduce her before my wife see this shit. This nigga wildin'.
I got to moisturize the back of my head, nigga. Hurry up.
And she's beautiful. How you doing? Can you,
Hi, I'm Megan.
that's
Glenn.
Charlie. In case he put his hand on your thigh. Just slap him.
You might slide his number into your pocket, you know.
I can handle myself.
No, Charlie a different nigga. He been shot by a bitch. So he take a lot to stop Charlie.
Hey, it wasn't me. I didn't know her.
Take a lot to stop Charlie. If you really want it, he might take it. A bullet ain't even stop him.
Bullet can't even stop this nigga, man.
This nigga got caught jacking off in the back of the church bus. You got to watch out for this nigga. I love Jesus.
I was like, God.
Like, Kraig, this is your stop. No, y'all keep going.
Wow.
Keep going.
You know I like it because my dick pointed right at you. God.
This nigga wild, dog.
This show has the worst introduction
Ever.
This show has the worst introduction, boy.
Not only did we get over the edge, we jump.
Niggas is talking about.
There's a line.
That's the wine on the end, and all the toilets in this house is made out of cast iron. So you gotta watch out for that nigga. Concrete-based toilet having ass.
That's funny because Charlie, your skin is the color of baby shit.
I don't know. It was okay. Watch out, this is Dozie, and he walk up to females and ask them for their cash app immediately. Maybe what's your cash
Did
app?
I ask you for your cash app when we met? No.
Oh, damn.
I'm just playing.
Talk that truth.
No, Charlie ain't gonna do shit to you.
Not now.
I'm not working.
This nigga you watch out for. I like how he claimed every female when she walk in. When old
I
girl
bet-
came
I
in, he was
bet
like,
it's
hey, she's Nigerian. Everybody.
Are you Nigerian?
Guys, no, I'm talking about Tuesday. She's Nigerian.
Oh, he's still on it. Look at
Nah, nigga. Okay, what's the intro? Go ahead.
Damn. She looked like a Jackson that's been tucked away, like a sneaky Jackson.
All the talent, all the talent, but nobody knows. All the talent.
Janine Jackson.
Janine
Jackson.
Probably out singing all of them,
Right.
out dancing all of them.
You know what I'm saying? This Latoya's oldest daughter
No,
right
that's
here.
the baby that Elder Barnes had with Janet. That
Oh, that's what it is. The one that been tucked away. Like, what's your real last
She's
name?
beautiful, man.
Go ahead.
So tell the people who you are.
Megan Glenn. I own a business.
Megan Glenn? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I own Parable, which is it's a communication company. So I do branding and digital media, consulting, and like management. And I fell into it. A friend asked me to do her webpage, and she
Did it
loved
hurt?
it. Did what hurt?
When you fell into it.
I guess I gotta stay.
That was a dad joke. I like dad jokes.
I fucked around and fell into a good opportunity, man. What the fuck? The fuck is No, I'm playing. I'm being silly. Okay, hold on. Okay, so digital marketing. How'd you fall into it?
After the first time I did it, a friend referred me to another friend, a business owner, and I just kept doing it. And I wanted to really build my business because I felt like black women were not supported, like in their small businesses.
I agree.
And it gave me the opportunity to really work with them and support them and cheer them on, because sometimes we don't know what we're doing or if it's being successful. You know, sometimes it takes a long time to get a business really going.
Right.
And so a lot of what I do is research-based. I do a lot of data analysis, because I'm not just coming up with an idea or a concept. I'm really creating it based on the numbers, the market, competition analysis, and all those things. So I kind of take the guesswork out of it for them so they can enjoy it, bring their ideas to life, and yeah. So.
I want to ask you a really dope question, right? And I'm not sure you've ever been asked this, but I really want you to think about the answer. Okay, besides being a woman and being black, what makes you a black woman?
I think that a lot of my culture, the way I was raised, the pride that I have in my people, and the way that I hold my head up, the way that I walk, the way that I do business, it's very, it's based in the strength that I was, raised to have. And so everything I do comes from that strength. But also, I think black women don't have the place to be vulnerable, be weak.
Right.
And so while I am strong, I think I'm learning to come into like that vulnerability as well.
That's a great answer.
That's a dope answer.
That's actually the best possible answer she could have gave. Okay. So here's another question. If you meet a woman who looks like you and she doesn't have that mind, do you still consider her a black woman? Or is she just a woman that happens to be black?
That's a good question.
It depends. It depends on if she wants to learn or she wants to stay in her ignorance. Because some people, they don't know what they don't know. So if I met a woman that, as you mentioned earlier, these women who are colonizers in their mind, and she's stuck on that. She doesn't want to learn her culture. She doesn't want to do more. Then she's just a woman. But if
that's a very important distinction, because when certain types of men try to hold females to a standard, once we realize that you have the European mind, there's nothing wrong with that because it works for them. But in this country, you have to be a hybrid. You got to understand how they think, but you also got to experience what we're going through and understand why we talk about the shit that we talk about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So as a woman, if you're listening, if you get around a black man that's logical, that's a sane thinker, that has great intentions, and he says something to you that makes you uncomfortable and that challenges your comfort, stop shunning them type of niggas off. Right. If you're dealing with a logical, educated man, he say, baby, we need to start buying guns. You may need to listen to that man. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but anyway, so let's get back to what you're doing. Okay, so what are your target, how do you find customers? Like, what are your target customers? Like, how do you, if they don't come to you, how do you find them? What are you looking for to be able to work with somebody or to maximize your, encounters with a potential customer?
Typically, I'll ask the business owners that I work with if they have a referral. I like to work off of referrals because then my work speaks for itself. So I'm really looking for, I don't just work with black women, but I'm really looking for people that want to do more than sell their product or service. Like there's some passion behind it, that they want to change something, whatever industry it is, they want to have an impact. So anyone that comes to me, whether it's a man or a woman, I really ask them, what's your vision? What are you trying to do? If they're just like, I want to make a lot of money, I'm like, that might not be for me. And that's really why I wanted to work for myself, because when you work for a corporation, you have to go by their rules. You have to, whatever clients they take on, you have to work with. So I'm very careful about who I choose, who I want to work with, because I'm working with them for a while. You know, I'm getting in their business,
Right.
literally. You know, so we got to be able to vibe. We have to be able to understand each other and be able to say hard things to one another. Like if they're not liking what I'm bringing, you know, or I'm like, you know what, let's change that. You know, they have to be open to that. So
Well, let's be 100 and answer this question. Don't be shy.
okay.
You're working with somebody, they got all those qualities, and you guys are working in closed quarters, but they musty. Can you work with a motherfucker that's musty all the
One
time?
word, no.
So you fuck off millions over somebody being musty.
Millions.
I'm a gangster.
I don't know. Like I would have to tell them. I'm the type of friend that's like, hey, like look, I don't know if someone told you this,
Yeah.
but you know, like maybe you want to try this different soap. You know, like I'm gonna say it in a nice way, but I'm not gonna let you look crazy or like just.
What you mean I'm musty?
I'm not gonna say it like that either.
We've been working together for years. What you mean?
It wouldn't be some years.
Oh, you talking about like after the first meeting?
It might be the first week or so, but yeah.
Okay, so you work with people. Obviously, we have the same mind state because you want to fuck with people who like to be a part of something that's bigger than themselves. That's how we all operate in this room. You know what I'm saying? Why is that so important to you? Why is it? What did he say?
Nigga said Duncan need to scoot over there.
Yo, come on, man.
They only got a picture of himself on his sweater, nigga.
Have you watched the show before?
I watched it one time, yeah.
So they roasted in the comments.
Always.
So if the energy's off or it's like a little distraction, it's because somebody read a joke about us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I feel it.
no. So but why is it so important to work with people who want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, who don't just necessarily do the shit for the money? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's because growing up as a black kid and then, you know, growing into a young woman, people just saw me as one thing. You know, they heard how I sound. My name is Megan. If I talk to them on the phone first and then I meet them, they're like, Megan? You know? And so I'm multiple things. I'm not just this black woman, although I have a lot of pride in that. You know, and my mission when I work with people is to go beyond that product or service because they're more than that. They started this business for a reason. It might not be because they love selling T-shirts or they love, you know, necessarily the fashion industry, but they want to say something through that, you know, through what they're selling. So that's really my passion, and I hope that the people I work with have that same passion.
Right. How does somebody know they're ready for you? A business, like what if somebody's listening and they've been running their business for a while? Like, how do they know it's time to consult somebody like you?
When they have a budget.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of people, you know, they meet me and they're like, I need you, you know, and I sit down and I have these 30-minute consultation calls with them, and I'm like, you know, so what's your budget? And they're like, well, I don't really have one, you know, but I thought you could help me. And, you know, like, I'm willing to give some free game, you know, like, I'm willing to do that in a consult call, but I'm not going to continue to help you, you know, get free services. And so you have to have the same mindset. Like, I'm ready to pay. You know, I know that I have a deficit in what I'm doing. I can't do this. I can't manage this. So I need someone. And they might not know what the budget would be.
Right.
But they've already started doing research for themselves. They know about, you know, what it would cost to hire me.
What do you say to businesses that don't have a vision statement? Is that one of the things you ask for when you're getting ready to consult or do business? And what do you say to businesses that don't even have one?
That's actually part of it. That's one of the services that I provide, is like helping them come up with a vision. Because I've worked with people that are in the very beginning of their business. You know, they don't even know how to market. They don't know where to start, any of that.
So I got a product. I have a product idea, and I want to see what you would do with this. Okay, this is a real idea that I've actually made prototypes for, and I never got it mass produced, but I used to always talk about it.
I know exactly what it is.
It's called a jog.
Okay.
It's an acronym, though.
Right. So here's the thing. A lot of times couples argue a lot. There's a lot of sexual frustration. Sometimes the woman doesn't want to have sex with the man, or the man may not want to fuck his girl, whatever. So my jog was the solution to that. And the jog is called it's a jack-off glove. So instead of arguing with your girl, just have a jog. You know what I'm saying? So my idea, you put the sock or the glove on each hand, and in this palm there's a picture of your girl, so it's not cheating, right? Naked picture of your girl, and then on the back of the gloves are motivational sayings like "You can do it," "Stay focused," right? Yeah. And then right here is God, right, and God, right? And then right here there's a speaker. You click the speaker, and it's your girl moaning. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So. Man. How would you help me if this was the product I had and it was semi-successful? What are some of the steps that you would take to help me take the jog to the next level?
I would have to start with research because I want to see what else is out there that's similar. Right. And if not, the second thing I would ask, like, what is your core goal? Is it to bring relationships together? Is it just giving men like an out, so they don't have to go and apologize? What's your goal?
So my goal is to
it's terrible, dog.
Is to bring peace into a relationship.
We just had a conversation on do you know if you weird or not, nigga.
Hold on, man. If she can make this shit work, this is next level. If she can make this work.
So my first thought is, y'all are laughing, but this is what I do.
She really into this shit.
This shit pissing me off.
I can have a job, nigga.
I can market anything. Okay. So I would start. I would say
so
market.
You punch her. Bitch, shut up. Bitch, you don't shut the fuck up.
Oh
shit. I'm playing. Go ahead.
I'm giving you a little bit of free game, but I'm gonna need you to give me your budget in a little bit. So I would say we would have to figure out who your target audience is. It would probably be like 25 to 40, something like that.
Right.
And you want to you want to do some research and see like where are those people hanging out? Are they hanging out in chat rooms, talking to other men about their issues? Like you want to find out where those people are and how to attract them. So.
Right, okay. So we got to find our audience. Okay. And then what?
And then you create your brand strategy. You start to market towards those people. You want to start, probably a social media page.
Right.
You want to figure out what things that age group likes so that you not only have content on your product, but also things that engage them. You have a blog about relationships,
right,
or masturbating, or like why it's okay, or
click tunnels.
Click tunnels?
Oh yeah, you don't know about click tunnels?
Funnels?
Click funnels.
Yes.
You don't know about the tunnels. You know about the tunnels?
Well, but yeah.
You ain't a real one.
That's later once you start doing like things like newsletters and advertising and things like that, and yeah, you would start to create ClickFunnels.
Dozie want to test the product. Like,
can we just test the product? Can we just get to that part immediately?
Dozie don't need no product.
No. How you meet Dozie?
Said it in his real estate voice too.
Right. Yeah. Hey.
I got a 2-bedroom condo and
two.
First floor. The first floor. 2-bedroom condo.
First floor.
I met him through his sister.
Oh, okay. That's my dog. Sister is cool. She gangster here.
She's really rowdy in here, bro.
Yeah. What's up with sis, man? She ain't fucking with us.
What?
Sis ain't fucking with us no more.
Yeah, she fucking. That nigga said
man.
No, she's not.
Dozie said she hates me.
Really? She hate me. Nah, she hate me.
I was like, really?
I also wanted to mention one other thing.
Go ahead.
I have a blog that kind of stemmed off from my business, and it's called Parable Project.
Parable Project.
Yeah.
Is there any? Are we thinking parable in the sense of? We're thinking in the sense of allegory, parable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly that, because I think every brand that I work with has a story behind it.
Oh, that's
what
fly.
a parable is, so.
I thought your shit was fly. Hotep is, but her shit is killing your shit. And you're not. We need to rename his shit.
But
That nigga hit me in the back of the head. Go ahead.
as I mentioned earlier, I feel like
trademark. I ain't tripping.
Black women are expected to just be strong, and so I really wanted to start writing my story so that people could see, like, you see this woman, you know, I'm confident, whatever, I look like this, but there's more behind that, and I want to tell a Black woman's story so that other women feel like they can share, because
Who hurt you? Why are you so strong? A woman that is strong has been hurt a lot. Damn. Have you ever? I'm just saying. She's strong, bro. I like weak bitches. She too strong for me. Get her the fuck out of here, man. I really like this conversation. I really like the way it's going on. Okay.
She dope.
Okay. No, I mean when I hear her say the word strength, I mean I know I've been fucked up in life. I'd have been hurt like a motherfucker. No, oh my gosh, man. What's the first thing you can remember non-family related that hurt you as a child? Nothing to do with your mom, your grandmother, but where you walked away from that experience, you were like, nigga, this shit kind of hurt. Homie, like,
Oh shit.
what the fuck?
Oh, no, for me, it's always came to like sports. You know what I mean? Like, if like remember in NJB where you play 5 quarters.
Right.
So everybody's allowed to play the first 4.
You cried
and
at the end of each
and
quarter
then,
if y'all
no,
wouldn't
so
win it.
because I was a hooper, but but I didn't have a dad, so obviously every team I was on, the coach would play his son. The son was always the main position in NJB was like the point guard.
Right.
So the coach would always have his son be the point guard. Fifth quarter, you let anybody play, but he'd always play his kid.
Right.
There's nothing I can do. I used to be so sad.
Oh my God.
You remember that?
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, that was.
I
like,
remember?
Yeah.
We should find that coach and
What
whoop
about-
his ass.
Oh, what about you? So for me, it was in preschool. The first time a motherfucker that wasn't in my family hurt me, we had a talent show, right? And I can't sing, and it required the lead motherfucker to sing. So I can't sing, so I give my all to try to get this role, and they give it to this bitch. I'm angry at the motherfucker. Hey, this was.
That nigga be on their Facebook starting to debate this shit.
This is 1987, nigga. Okay. And the funny thing is, I'm gonna bring the picture because in the picture for the play we had to dress exactly how what Brandon has on because it was like a play about a Cuban farmer. You know what I'm saying?
So you're a Cuban farmer.
Right.
Apparently.
But that was the first thing I could remember because I was in denial the whole week up into the show. I'm like, eventually they're gonna be like, fuck this bitch and give me the role.
Right.
Eventually. So I'm waiting the whole week for them to be like, we realize you should be the nigga.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it don't happen. So we get to the recital, bitch do her thing, nigga. I mean, she burned the motherfucker down, right?
People stand and clap like that and shit.
But that was the first thing I got hurt by. I was like, damn. And when I look back, it's like, okay, I wasn't hurt. I just wanted to be great. You feel what I'm saying? You know. So, but anyway, Doze.
Shit. First time I got called an African booty scratcher. Fuck y'all American niggas.
Man,
That's it, nigga.
Shit.
Man, that's it.
I said the first time. That wasn't it. The jokes came.
It didn't
The
stop
first
there.
time, like shit. Cause I'm in my head like, hold on. You don't scratch your ass? Like I never understood that shit.
you don't scratch your ass?
Not like an African.
One nigga lived down the street from me. I'm like, nigga, hold on, we was born at the same fucking hospital. What do you mean African booty scratch?
Nigga said you don't scratch your ass.
Hey, that. They say they hire Africans.
That's right.
Hey, nigga said we was born at the same hospital.
Hey, bro, put the camera up. That's the dumbest joke ever, nigga. African booty scratch. Everybody scratches.
Everybody scratches their ass.
But that shit hurt though.
But no.
That shit hurt.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to say. I didn't know what to say. Like,
Some
wait,
niggas.
Nah,
It's
dumb. Hired to do that.
Yeah.
Everybody don't scratch ass the same though. Some niggas is scratching inner ass. Some
There's some niggas in the middle. You know what I'm
say you scratching the cheek or you in the middle.
And you know how those go down.
In their own ass scratches.
Niggas is in that middle.
You know Dozie had nails back then.
There's different ways to scratch it.
You know Dozie had nails back then too. Sharp as a
Hey, but here's the thing, as kids,
Goes left real fast.
as kids, we didn't know that hurt Africans like that because that was like the go-to joke. If you was losing a joke contest, you didn't have to be from Africa. You still call somebody African booty scratcher if they wasn't from Africa.
It don't
Like,
make no sense. It don't make no sense.
but that's because it's a because it's a kindergarten joke. No. Exactly.
I don't even want to talk no more. I want to fight now. Because now I'm old, so because it's like you're not making sense. So we just
No kindergarten joke makes sense, but do it work?
You remember the first roast you ever told somebody?
Yeah, I do.
And it worked.
Yeah. My best friend, to this day, he's 3 years old in preschool. He was his first day of preschool, and he had this big-ass mole on the side of his face. And it was his first day of school, and as soon as he walked in, I said, hey, that little kid got 3 eyes. And it made all the other kids laugh. And that motherfucker, we still friends to this day, but that fucked him up. He had to run back and cry to his mama. Yeah. So anytime he get me with a good joke, I remind him of the third when we was 3 years old.
Oh, wow.
First roast. I remember my first roast.
What was your first?
My first roast, and then shit was so common. But I told the nigga his mama was so fat she used a VCR for a beeper.
I
remember those old ones.
That shit, that nigga was crushed. Hey, it was a corny ass joke, but the fact that it hurt him, I'm like, get that nigga.
And for you dumb motherfuckers saying that's a cap, go to my Facebook and look up Jonte Robinson, you dumb niggas. It ain't my fault. Your ass's first memory was when you was 6, when the last time you saw your daddy, nigga.
Oh, shit.
First roast, you remember?
Hell yeah, nigga. I told my sister that ain't her real daddy.
Killed her, my nigga. Sir,
You went for the
See how we do it? That's how we do it.
No, that wasn't no bow. That pop.
I had to get her. You
I
serving me
actually
about
have a
my
question.
pants.
I have a question that I was going to bring this up on that note. Something that has come to my knowledge
That nigga used
recently
all his fingers today.
is that I don't know if you guys have heard about Taraji P. Henson.
That middle boy. Hey,
That middle boy.
that to the pink boy.
Go ahead.
Wow, real fast.
Taraji P. Henson recently is decided to fund black men getting therapy.
Oh,
So
That's some old. That ain't no accountability in me getting therapy, bitch. You go to therapy, bitch. What's wrong with you?
Damn.
well, I actually go to therapy, and I think it's amazing. I think everybody should go.
No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
But I'm curious because recently my grandfather passed away,
Rest in peace.
and my dad is dealing with his grief, and I've only seen my dad cry one time, and he raised me, so there were plenty of opportunities. And I'm just wondering, like, is he grieving? Is that how he grieves?
Oh, definitely.
You know, and I know that black people, we create jest for everything to get through stuff. Like, we laugh and whatever. So is that what y'all do? Is just like laugh, or do y'all check on each other like you good? Like, how do you deal with your grief?
How they do this shit now?
One thing, I don't know how you do it in Africa. Dozie tell you that.
The first they ride a camel to the
I
pyramid.
can dare tell you about. I tell you about America, goddammit, and how we do it. What we doing right now? Black America has always dealt with shit through laughter. That's why for us, if we be laughing when people be holding shit on from childhood, like, nigga, you know what the fuck we went through? My grandfather called me the fat motherfucker when I was 3. Yeah. That was my granddad. But I remember how it was growing up in the black American childhood. Like what Duncan said, Duncan went at his sister the way you ain't at your sister hard. It's your brother, your sister, your grandparents. That's in our culture. You get toughened up in the home because when you get out there in the world, you gonna get really fucked up. So in our culture has been bred and learned on how to go at each other, crack jokes, laugh it off, write it in a song. That's why we write the dopest music in the world. You know what I mean? Because we've been trained to express it creatively. All those great songs.
Eat peanuts and balance balls on his head.
This motherfucker, peanut consumption right here. But that's one of the ways. But like Therapy, it is a thing that people should consider. I worked in mental health, and I believe in therapy. But here's my only caution when it comes to therapy: being someone who worked in mental health for a long time, this is what you got to look out for. These motherfuckers want to put you in therapy, then put you on pills. Right. You don't need them pills. No, you need to be able. You need someone to talk to. You need to process your issues. You need to get it out. You have someone bounce it back to you. And it may not just be one therapist. You may go one therapist and get to the end, and then you may take a break, and then you may need to find a new therapist. Right. But it is a good thing to talk it out, because laughing can't cure it all. Sometimes you gotta talk it out. But be cautious of these motherfuckers that want to push these drugs.
And try to get you a therapist that understands what it is to be African American or whatever your culture is. You know what I'm saying? Get a black therapist. I got a really great therapist. I've been in therapy for like a year. It's been incredibly beneficial, man.
Well, do you think maybe just not talking about it is a way of dealing with it?
No, because here's why.
Hold on, let's deal with it that way though.
It is a way of dealing with it, but it is definitely a way of dealing with it. But what's the result? The result is it coming out in uncontrolled ways. That's the result. When people generally blow up, when people are generally calm, and then you see them go and they flip out, they be like, "What the fuck happened?"
Well,
usually that's someone that didn't process it little by little.
Go ahead. I look at like for me, right? Like my mom, and my grandma, they died like 3 days apart, right? Weird, just weird week. Me and you've never talked about, and the story, the situation, and I don't talk about it at all.
Look,
I didn't cry, I mean, I was obviously, was I sad? But how I handle, I guess, pain, I don't cry.
You wear those shirts instead. But those shirts are a cry for those shirts are a cry for help. But my
nigga
thing,
in the back gonna be nigga in the back he gonna be doing drywall at the end of this show too, dog.
But you make a good point.
But what I'm saying is, for me, I just
went back to the hospital. Nigga, I sprained my ankle when Manny Pacquiao fought Mayweather. I went to the hospital, nigga, where nobody didn't help me.
That's what it is.
Manny Pacquiao.
No, but let me finish that. So what I was saying was, so for me, the people around me don't even ask me about it, and I don't volunteer to ever speak about it. Ever.
I got one thing to say.
But I'm okay with just not talking about it.
You's a motherfucking liar. You didn't have one thing to say.
I got one thing to say about that. You got to be genuine to yourself. If you're not feeling talking about it bad, you got to be genuine to that. But if you get to the point to where you're like, okay, I need to dump out and tell this shit, you got to be genuine with that. Genuine to that too. Sometimes people are numb.
You got an outlet though.
Sometimes people are numb for a little bit, and that's cool. Live through your numbness, but then when it's time to splurge.
We got to go to a commercial break. When we get back, we're going to finish answering that.
Nah, it's all right. You long-winded.
No,
we love you, though. You said some real shit. That's real shit.
We're going to go to a commercial break. When we get back, we're going to finish answering that question, because that was a really great question.
That's real shit. Question.
All right. We'll be back.
Fuck, Brandon, that was a good question.
So what?
Are you a philosopher? Kind of unintentionally, I guess, yeah.
Life is a bitch, man. All my knowledge base is on how to control the bitch of life. That's the only woman that is fucking with you and everybody else. And if you don't control her, she gonna run right over. Shut up, bitch! I said pancakes, bitch, okay? Turkey bacon is cool too, but I need pancakes as well, okay, bitch? That's all I'm saying. You see I'm over here doing an interview. I know you probably got a nigga, whatever, just pancakes and turkey bacon, bitch. And I mean, you gotta control life. Because everybody's fucking with her, so what makes you different?
You've been bitten by the snake. I can tell cause you're looking for mistakes. Like great don't come with second takes. In that search for perfection, the journey goes to waste. How you on but you ain't? Crystal ball says y'all ain't saints. Nigga. And y'all ain't crew. He the boss. He don't do that greyhound with you. The black bag belongs to you for a town or two. Make friends with a bum, sleep on the street, and that's the only nigga down with you. Cause you all you got. Preacher man can't do it, nigga, call your shot. He done brain fucked your girl and now she bringing them all you got. Breaks that label of sin and now your balls is chopped. But once you believe in you, then it's all to stop. Killers, cutthroats, and scoundrels. You keep a lot of niggas around. A circus over there and they waiting to clown. Cause you lost what they found. Killers, cutthroats, and scoundrels. You keep a lot of niggas around you. It's a circus over there, and they waiting to clown you. Cause you lost what they found. I only know what I know. Sometimes I fall short when I'm slapping a hoe. Mother taught me hit back, father taught me get strapped. So when they come swinging, all you need is click clack. Them hungry niggas will extort you, they almost forced to. How you in Rome and ain't talk to Caesar? Them West Side niggas gon' check your visa. Yeah, no stab, that's a crap. Can't run with a Charlie horse, unlit lamp. Plus that bitch, she with them niggas, all shit snap. She done turn your hotel into a Target trap. They might as well take your bread, but hopefully they leave your head. Another Louis bag and we left for dead. It's group economics, dog and sled. If we don't pull for each other, then there's trouble ahead. Killers, cutthroats, and scoundrels. You keep a lot of niggas around you. It's a circus over there, and they waiting to clown you, cause you lost where they found you. Cutthroats, killers, and scoundrels. You keep a lot of niggas around you. She looking for a layup. I could tell cause when she talks, she don't say much. And she used to be an A-cup. Got a new body from the waist up. From a set-up bitch to a set-up miss. She like a drug dealer cause she set up licks. And she halfway conscious. Hoteppin' in this halfway nonsense. How the fuck are you the real McCoy when I meet you with the truth but the vibe is soy? Cutthroats and scoundrels, you keep a lot of niggas around you. It's a circus over there and they waiting to clown you, cause you lost where they found you.
Is that if you were given media energy one way or the other,
you do an extra line. You do almost like a double turn
to use it back on you. Makes sense?
So it's an outward block into a hit.
Exactly. You're falling, but instead of finishing that, when I'm getting the energy, see if you can bring. Here's where you go back to the thing with yesterday.
Yeah, right. You got your elbow, you've got all these other things.
Nice. What can you play
this?
What do you mean whenever the takedown did happen? What body position was there? Yeah. So here.
And he started moving, right? I don't know about that. He's big. He's got, I said,
So that elbow, so there it is. And that elbow, she goes right down. So how about you let her actually run?
Did you catch the knee before you go?
no.
But that was, did you see what happened? This was, but that went that way. So
If I didn't have this, I wouldn't have given that up. Because I could tell from him standing. That was a bother.
Oh yeah.
You know, that was only one, the best.
Well, just getting poked.
Yeah, he knew what I could do. He knew I could do this. Okay? So, I didn't want to get that up when we came down. I had this all the way through.
Yeah.
So when we came down,
So I have a yard, and I always have one in the chamber. Absolutely, absolutely. And I can use,
This is what I think you
my hips to help me out a little bit.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Charlie Newhart, actor, comedian, and I just want to share a story that's very near and dear to my heart. A while ago, I had an audition for a TV show, and I had to take a flight out of town. I got to the airport late. I'm running late for the flight. I don't know my lines, and I'm dealing with all these thoughts. I don't know if I'm even going to get the audition. I don't know if I'm going to even be good on the show. As an actor, you got to manage so much rejection and emotions, and I'm already running late for the flight. And then coincidentally, I'm on an all smoothie diet. I'm on a liquid diet just to try to clear my head. So I'm running to try to get to this flight. And I hear them do a last call. They're getting ready to close the door. And it's just, I got flooded with emotion. My heart started beating. My stomach started hurting because I was on this smoothie diet. And I decided to pass gas. Only it wasn't gas. It was liquid. I sharded. And not only was my underwear filled up, but now I'm all filled up with emotion. I don't know what to do. So I just prayed. And God gave me wisdom right there on the spot. I ran to the bathroom, threw my underwear in the trash. And then I freeballed all the way to the airplane. I made the flight. I got to the audition. I got the role on Chicago PD. And I wasn't wearing any underwear during the audition. Here's the deal. To get to destiny, to get to success, sometimes you got to deal with your own crap. And you got to be able to love yourself through it all. And that's why I wrote this book. 80 pages. I love myself. This book is all kind of crazy stories about my life, about being an actor, comedian, getting shot, God healing me of cancer. Everything is in this book. But I had to go through a bunch of crap to get to destiny. Just like that crap that was in my underwear, there's a ton of crap in this book that I had to get past. The only way we get to success is by getting through our own crap and loving ourselves through it all. And I also got these shirts. I Love Myself shirts. Here, you can check it out. You can get it all on my website, ilovecharlienewhart.com. Cash App is I Am Charlie Newhart. This book, these shirts will bless your life. I love you because I love myself.
On EP, that's it.
Let's go get. I got so much shit to talk about, bro. It's about to get. It's gonna be good.
Yo, you write poetry, huh?
I mean, I started off, but I've been rhyming since I was like 10 or 11.
The way you rhyme, bro, it's like something. It's different, bro. I fuck with it.
Oh, you knocked that out.
On that bitch's head, I think she fucking with that crystal. On that bitch's head, I think she fucking with that crystal.
Yo, what's going on? It's Patrick Cloud, and I just need to let you know that you need to pick up that Chill Withers LP by TheeKraigSmith right here. Man, it's super dope. This is Kraig how you have never seen him before. I was literally in the studio just watching, and I'm shocked. I jumped on one of the songs. You're not gonna regret it. Check out Chill Withers. coming to Spotify, all the major streaming platforms and all of that. Chill Withers, Kraig Smith. Let's get it.
Man, we in here recording, man. We working on this Chill Withers project, man. Chill Withers. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never too late to blow. Chill Withers, that's how I go.
How to do a robbery and get away with jewels. First you have to plan out. Meet her at a man's house. Must have wore some track shoes. Sprinter how she ran. If your girl don't hate you, then her friends won't date you.
I think she fucking with that crystal. Every step towards that meth like Wu-Tang instrumentals.
Tellin' pussy, why the fuck do you strip for? Die on that battlefield or yield to a lip blow. On that bitch's head, I think she fucking with that crystal.
Twisted up comb blows the curl sponge out of the bathroom. Only the twisted up comb passes the portability test and the durability test and the all new IMCSC TMTB test, or is my curl sponge cleaner than my total bolt test. This is the best test to determine whether you should be reusing that sponge or that comb on your head. Ready, Fred? Perfect. Just look how the hair and bacteria is able to be cleaned from the twisted up comb. Now how about those curl sponges? You see, unlike curl sponges, the twisted up comb doesn't absorb your hair, robbing it from the much needed oils and creams that is essential to keep our hair hydrated. The patented woven stainless steel mesh in the center gently massages your hair and can be 100% sanitized after each use. But really, how dirty is that curl sponge? That's a good question. I am using what us microbiologists call agar plates. A simple test you can do at home. You simply swab the surface you want to be tested, gently transfer it to the agar plates, and wait 7 days. You gotta love the internet. Let's see what we got. As you can see, the twisted up comb passed with flying colors. Man, that looks nasty. Have you ever left towels in the washing machine and came back to it the next day? Smells pretty gross, right? All bacteria needs is a damp place to grow and start multiplying. A sponge job is to trap moisture. That's why it's black. It hides the dirt. Here at Twisted Up Comb Laboratories, we believe that you deserve better. Twisted Up Comb is the only comb that is portable, won't break, and can be sanitized. Embrace your natural twist. The clean way.
Oh yeah.
They won't give you the original.
Oh okay, so
I get the original.
You be alright though, man. That's what they meant by offensive odor, though. That's offensive. That's like a fuck you coming out your body. You walk by niggas, they be like, what you say, nigga? I smell a fuck you in here. Somebody smell a fuck you? No, I didn't hear fuck you, I smell fuck you. This shit traveling up my nose and my brain. Now all I can think is fuck you. I just thought fuck you 9 times right now. Listen to my thoughts. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah. Gotta get that together, brother.
We gonna give it to you.
To be so well spoken, you bad odored, nigga. I ain't never met a well spoken, bad odored motherfucker, man. That's an oxymoron like a motherfucker, man.
You number one that ain't.
That's a new word. Not an oxymoron, but a smell moron. That's a smell moron. It's all good, brother. Much love, man. Somebody got to tell you though.
Oh, we know it ain't somebody. Everybody.
If the police came here, they could arrest you for that. That's at least 90 days coming off his body, nigga. That ain't regular time. That's in the whole time he got coming off his body, nigga. That's 23-hour lockdown time he got coming off his body, nigga.
We cool. It's long-winded, but we cool though. Long-winded,
crazy. You know what I mean? Because it's like, why you say that?
Nigga, that shit was funny to the mother.
Well, you call him a mother, but you just long-winded.
Where that come from? Nah, y'all didn't hear it.
He know, man.
We have a whole conversation. That's what we talking
But
about.
the shit was so fast, you transitioned like, yeah, we cool. You long-winded. You cool than a motherfucker. You long-winded than a motherfucker. But anyway, go to commercial break, Kraig. Hurry up and go to commercial break.
Because I know what we were saying was real shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we just do our own shit. I ain't playing with these people. That's the thing, man. I'm not gonna play with you.
Not at all.
If you say you fuck with me, but you half-stepping, it's a lot of motherfuckers that's trying to fuck with me.
Come on.
So you need to do what you say you do. You know what I mean? Do what you say you gonna do. And if you can't do it, just call me and be like, it's a delay. But once you figure out I ain't no sucker, don't start backpedaling. You know what I'm saying?
Passive
Be
aggressive.
like, I thought you was a sucker, and it turns out you're not. So this is what I really want the terms to be. This is fair.
Passive aggressive
But
shit.
don't be a bitch when you realize I ain't gonna let you fuck me over. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Don't be a bitch. But anyway, so she asked a very incredible question. Probably one of the best questions that I've heard a panelist ask who wasn't a part of the show.
Go ahead.
Can you ask the question one more time?
I said, how do black men deal with grief? And I don't know, I guess because black people typically deal with their issues with laughter and jokes and whatever, you know. Kraig was mentioning during the break, you know, like, I'm sorry if, like, you know, it's a lot happening in here, and I'm like, nah, shit talking is my love language. Like, this is what my family does. This makes me feel like at home. So I'm a little more reserved because I don't really know you, but I'm not offended by it. So yeah.
When Brandon walked into the restaurant, he asked where the colored restrooms is.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm out.
Everybody
knows. Everybody knows.
Charlie been killing me all week.
Come on, I'm waiting on it. I know you got one.
Man. No, I can't. There's nothing I can say. Charlie's been. He must have seen them texts Angel been sending me.
Cut it out.
He's been getting me all week.
Cut it out. She was like, I don't get that reference. I don't understand. We'll ask Deion Peoples what that reference means.
This one more time.
Fuck that nigga, dog.
Nah, Charlie's been on fire on me, bro. I like the whistling at white women was probably the funniest one I've heard.
I like fucking with you because you let it ride. You like, Charlie, keep going. It's content. Just keep it going.
Bro, I love it.
So everybody deals with grief differently, right? There's an African parable that I always misquote, and it's the law of thermodynamics, and it states that energy never dies, it transfers. You know what I'm saying?
100.
And so once you conceptualize that, and you realize that no matter who it is that passes, you know, we come from a common consciousness, so you're not really, you know, you're not going forever. You're just going back to wherever it is we came from. You know what I'm saying? So that's one metaphysical way to look at it. On a day-to-day level, I say you got to look at it in cycles. It's not a linear thing. You know, you might cry about it today and be cool for a week and then cry again a week later. That doesn't mean that you relapse and that the pain is beating you. You know what I'm saying? Pain works in cycles. Sometimes you can feel it, sometimes you can't. But just because you can't feel it doesn't mean it's not there. So you have to cope with it and realize that you just got to let whatever it is that's in you cycle through you so you can get to the other side. You know what I'm saying? There's really no way to prepare for losing a father, especially if your father is a good father. There's really nothing that could replace that void that it creates. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it would all depend on the personality complex of the man that's going through it. You know what I'm saying? But I would just say realize if you're dealing with a black man that's going through grief that, you know, energy never dies, it transfers. So allow that energy, whatever it is, to flow through him so it comes out of him.
Charlie, let me ask you this about that. So Is it because you've seen a lot of fucked up shit in your life and whatnot, and people coming and going? Pause.
Well, man, this nigga, dog.
Is it okay to not talk about it?
No,
I don't.
Like, there's no gray area where it's like, it's okay if you don't. Like, you have to just talk about it.
I mean, I think, like Kraig said, I think it depends on the individual. But my father just lost his father like 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? And rest in peace, granddad. And, you know, he was 90. He was ready to go. But I watched my dad deal with it in a way, like, I'm the same way. I've never really seen my dad cry at all. And I saw him cry at the funeral. And then afterwards, we all kind of connected. But the way he dealt with it was talking about the positive experiences he had with his dad growing up, with his siblings and his family members. And all of that it was laughter. It was him talking about it. But even afterwards, I find like I always answer his calls because that's his way of still getting it out. He'll call me like, remember when? So him continually reminiscing and thinking about the great moments he had with his dad has been really a good way for him to get through the grief. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of his way. But I think, I don't know. I don't see the benefit personally of holding anything in.
Okay.
At all. You know what I mean? I feel like if you hold it in, it's going to come out some way. Because like he said, energy never dies. It just transfers. So you transfer it to something else. You hold it in, it's going to come out somehow. Whether you communicate with somebody, whatever the case may be, it's got to come out somehow. So why not selectively make it come out instead of it coming out in ways that you don't expect?
So what could happen if it doesn't come out?
Oh, man. Shit, what you talking about? Stroke? High blood pressure,
diabetes.
You said? Did you say tongue and cancer?
No, I said cancer turns into cancer.
Oh, absolutely. When you hold on to that, man, that's
the big swole cancer.
That's aggressive cancer.
That's the swole. That's the 200 pounds at 5 cancer, nigga.
It turns into, you're right though. It turns into illness.
Yeah,
go ahead.
High blood pressure, diabetes, a lot of things that manifest through black men who don't express themselves. I do music. So I do art, so it's like I have a lot of avenues to express myself. And a lot of black men aren't talented like that. They don't feel like they are. They don't look at those as avenues to express themselves or let shit go. Like me being shot, stabbed, that shit, it's gonna resonate with me for the rest of my life. But you know what I'm saying? If I say therapy is cool for some people, but I don't think therapy is the way I would go because I think it's something I already dealt with. You know what I mean? I dealt with it the way I was gonna deal with it. And, you know what I'm saying, it hasn't hindered anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the diabetes my grandfathers and uncles had. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the high blood pressure and all that shit. So I just get to the point to where, because I don't say therapy doesn't work, because I'm saying I've seen it work for some people, but it's like some people aren't talkative like that. So some people don't want to expose themselves. They don't want you to know certain things about them. You know what I'm saying? So certain things they won't tell you that they might need to get to a therapist. You know what I'm saying? So there are good therapists out there, but I feel like my creative talents, I took it upon myself to self-medicate and do what I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? So now I can see things from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Not just my own grief, like, damn, I went through this. I know other people who were shot, stabbed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, me and you can, we have a shared experience. That's my therapy. When I want to talk to somebody who has been in the same situation, I mean, Charlie, like, man, when it happened, I was like, word, man, I felt that. I know what you talking about. So that's how I feel.
Somebody can relate to.
Yeah, as black men, that's how we deal with therapy.
That's real talk. Like, I want to make something clear. This is something I learned when I was at my last job from one of the PhDs. Great therapist. I'm not going to say her name because she may not want to mention, but she was a super great therapist. But something that she said she realized when she found out, and they talked about in therapy school. Therapy, we think of it as just the psychiatrist. That's one form of therapy. Those are people who study the brain and all that good shit. But really, the best therapy comes from someone, and you can look this up, the best therapy comes from someone you can connect to. The level of degree of the person you're talking to don't mean shit. A lot of the smartest, dopest people that we love the most, that we connect to the most, some of them motherfuckers don't even have high school diplomas.
What is therapy?
But they're going to give you better therapy than any fucking therapist would. So find somebody you can connect to, like how you said, y'all connect over a shared experience. Who better to talk about getting shot at than the motherfucker who was shot at?
Yeah, but a lot of niggas don't want to reveal a lot of certain stuff to people because if sometimes they'll throw that shit back at you if you get in some type of disagreement or something.
But what is therapy? Therapy is what? It's basically your instructions on how to cope with whatever it is that you're going through. It's basically an outside playbook. You know what I'm saying? So for those who may think like dunk, they don't need it. All I would say is there's always a better way to do things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you should be more interested in that. You know what I'm saying? So kind of try to put your pride to the side and figure out if it's a more constructive way of going about dealing with issues, because a lot of us weren't taught conflict resolution.
Absolutely, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a strategy. It's not, you know, you can experience it and then learn from it after the experience and figure out what to do. But if you can implement the strategy before something happens, I mean, that decreases the stress in your life. It makes you a more manageable human being for people to be around and deal with. And it makes your life function better. And it just, and it gives you more of something that you can't get back, which is time.
Yeah, but let me say this. I've had the therapy. I've been through therapy. I've seen a therapist. So I've did that. You know what I'm saying, before. I'm just saying, from the two that I've experienced, the latter worked for me. That's what me personally.
Same, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Me personally. So like Kraig said, Kraig is giving you a look at. But if I didn't search outside myself, I wouldn't ever knew there was alternatives to that. You know
that's facts.
So I think we're both saying the same.
Because trauma changes your DNA. But real quick, trauma changes your. Let me finish this. Trauma changes your DNA. A lot of people don't understand that point, though. It really do. It changes your DNA. I'm an old nigga. I got to get this point out before this nigga he get on. I'm gonna fuck around and forget. The trauma changes your DNA, but I had to get it. I had cancer when I was 15, and it came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So what ended up happening with me is I started growing older. I started to expect shit that could come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, because it was like you got a certain percentage. It's like a 50-50 chance you might die. So I started growing up thinking that anything could kill me. So you growing up thinking that anything could kill you, it's like, well, shit, I might as well die now. Shit, matter of fact, I want to die.
Right.
So I grew up with that mindset, and when you actually want to die, you do anything. You don't give a fuck.
Right.
But when I got into this last therapist, like you said, the first one was okay, but the last therapist helped me understand, like, well, you had all these failed relationships because that childhood trauma changed your DNA.
Man, that childhood is a motherfucker.
And you started to try to bandage that trauma with all of these relationships and all this shit that you was doing, and none of it worked.
Right.
So this last therapist helped me to understand, like, you got to go back to this first childhood trauma. And go ahead.
I'm saying, no, childhood is a motherfucker. Because of my childhood, my first serious girlfriend, you know, I lost her because I was playing BB Bridges with her.
BB Bridges. Man, you should sock you out.
The B word, I sock you out.
The shit out of her arm.
So, long story.
She was like, "Why you hitting?"
I'm trying to lighten it up a little bit. But here's what I'm saying. The childhood is a motherfucker, though. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you why the child is a motherfucker, man, because there are certain things that could be burned into your subconscious if you don't have the right person around to stop it from to stop it from attaching itself to your ego. You know what I'm saying? And your subconscious thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, one thing that we talked about feeling left out as a child.
I want to answer that.
I had that happen a few times where shit was going on, and it felt like everybody doing it but me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to get older and realize, because I had a complex. Anytime I felt left out, now I got to show these niggas that, and I would go super hard in situations where I shouldn't go super hard because of that. So anyway, childhood is a motherfucker, man. Go ahead.
I was gonna hit y'all with some Dewan facts real quick.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Africa. So, once or twice. So when someone dies in our family, like the family gets together, like for real. Now I'm not talking about like 4 or 5 people. I'm talking about like 400 or 500. Like you start getting checks for $100, $200 from like 400 or 500 people. People sometimes you ain't never even seen before, but they know your dad or they know your uncle or they know that person. You've never met them. So that happens. So it's like all the it's gonna be some stress on trying to bury this person, especially for us. We gotta take them back home. You're not burying nobody here. We taking that body back home. That can't be on one person. That's gotta be on the family. So
I never knew that.
That's weird.
Every Nigerian that dies, y'all take them back to Africa?
Not every. I'm not.
Y'all not fucking with Inglewood Cemetery?
Let me say this. From NBC or OBZ, you going back to OBZ. You're not getting buried back here. If my pops was, God forbid, he crashed right now, we send that body back home. I'm burying him in front of the house. Like,
so they just put the body on the plane, they got to buy a ticket or what they do?
Yeah.
So it just be sitting there.
You got to buy a body, nigga.
It just be sitting there. But don't body on the plane, nigga.
It gonna sit there like Mr. Burger. It gonna sit there on the plane like Mr. Burger.
Nigga got sunglasses on.
Wait, they like, look, put that nigga feet in some ice on the plane. Goddamn.
Nigga feet musty as a motherfucker. Nigga, why is this garbage bag so heavy? Like, what the fuck? Hey, they bring the dog to smell what's in it. They bring the dog to smell what's in it.
The dog like, oh, that's just a musty nigga. The dog is like,
in the refrigerator.
Hey, Brandon, the dog, that's just a musty nigga. He can get it.
Foot dirty as hell.
Turn the African music on, that nigga start going.
But that nigga ain't dead.
Weekend at Mabutu's, nigga.
God
I
damn.
wanted to ask Brandon a question because you mentioned before the commercial, like, you don't think that you should, you dealt with it in your way. So I'm wondering, like, how do you know that that wasn't a trauma response? Because often grief is not just when a loved one passes away. It's like you break up with somebody, you lose a job, you lost something, and sometimes you don't even know that you're grieving, but you've learned to deal with it in this way because this is what you've always done. So I'm just wondering, I don't know for sure, but
Sure. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm bottling that because I've never faced it head on. So there's a part of me that's kind of scared that if this doesn't work, then what type of person would that make me become in a certain situation where I let something out on the wrong person and something bad could happen or whatever the case may be. So I legit don't know. So I try to just be very mellow in certain situations, but I don't think I can hide that well. Because Tuesday show, you guys are telling me I give you this weird fucking vibe, and I'm you talking about I gave you some weird.
It's because you ugly. That's all. That's all.
So yeah, like a hot dog vendor.
So maybe yeah. So there's definitely fears of maybe. Yeah. So maybe I definitely have fears that maybe I don't hide it as well as I think I do. But again, I have no clue. I don't know if my way is working or if it's not. You know what I mean? I hope it is, but I can't picture myself ever facing that situation head on with a person I know or a stranger. I just rather not talk about it. And again, I don't know if that's the right way to do it or the wrong way to do it.
Well, I'm asking you because grief is weird. It's not always as soon as something happens. I mean, I didn't cry. My sister passed away 5 years ago. I didn't cry until the 4th year. Legit. Wow. Didn't think about it. Didn't celebrate anything. And all of a sudden, year 4, that shit wrecked me. Because it was I never dealt with it. And I thought, I'm fine. I'm going on with life. My business is successful. And then something triggered me.
Yeah, I didn't cry. I didn't cry. And I thought it was, once I got it, I thought it was weird that I didn't. Just back to back. I just thought, I knew something was wrong when I didn't cry. Because I knew how much those two people meant to me. Mm-hmm. And I just was oh, okay. You
just permed your hair instead. But you just gotta know, look, everybody.
What?
I don't know. I had short hair then.
Hey, but everybody handles going back to you gotta be genuine in your own way. If you're not feeling it, you gotta be authentic with that. But for black folks, I want us to understand. Read Dr. Joy DeGruy. We dealing with PTSD, post traumatic slave syndrome, like a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Trauma isn't something that you just deal with that happens in your life. Trauma is something that's passed down through your genes.
It's not a bad thing, though.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing, but it's passed down through your genes at least three generations. That's why, oftentimes, that's why if you ever notice this shit, back in the 1800s and 1900s, everybody got lynched, but they only show pictures of black people getting lynched. Right. Why is that? Because even though you wasn't there, every time you see those images, it brings back trauma that's encoded within your DNA, and that's why every time they do anything about black, even in the NBA on Martin Luther King, they gonna do all that fake ass celebration. But what they gonna do? Project a whole bunch of images of niggas getting their ass whooped. Right. And so what that does is, because at the same time niggas getting their ass whooped, there's also picking off police. Both things existed at the same time.
You can keep going, but the funny part I always remember was the nigga who they I guess the police touched him or something. He just turned around and back. I remember that part of the civil rights movement more than anything
they
else.
never show that shit no
you know what I'm saying? Because he turned around and got off on the popo.
They do their best. The reason why they show these stupid ass images of us getting lynched all the time, you think you just watching a program about civil rights on Black History Month, but they gonna show some on the image of some nigga in a suit getting lynched.
This is you.
This is you. Because it's in your DNA, you can't control it. It's in your subconscious. Your subconscious controls 90% of your action.
How many times is Hollywood gonna redo Harriet? Come on,
nigga. So So, but the way to
Stop
get
that
around that,
bullshit, man. Come on,
yeah,
man.
the way to get around that is to know that subconscious thing existed. So now it comes to your conscious. So when you see it, you can now choose to now you choose.
You got to reprogram though. You got to reprogram yourself because there's really no good and no bad. There's just experiences.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And those experiences are fuel that give you the energy to get to the next situation. You feel what I'm saying? When you go to the gas station, you buy gas. You put it in your car, you drive off, right? But you could take that same gas and pour it on something and blow it up or set it on fire. Is the gasoline bad? Or is the gasoline good? Or is it the perception of the person that's controlling the gasoline? You know what I'm saying? So you can really only control the way that you view things. You can't stop death. You can't stop life. We don't have a choice in either one. You just got to, I feel like we have to recondition ourselves to look at this thing like an experience. And I feel like the Nigerian aspect of it is closer to what it should be.
Because that's how our ancestors thought. Nothing was either good or bad. It just was. You know what I'm saying? Either we either fuck with it or we don't. It don't just because we don't fuck with it means it's bad.
Like
we just don't fuck with it.
Have you been like let's say the way the wake is done here than the wake we do it, right?
Yeah.
So I think over here it's like somber, right? It's like people are still crying and shit.
Well, some of them. Some people.
So
celebrate.
At ours, it's a turn up, nigga.
Yeah, the niggas put the
the
casket on the shoulder.
When my grandfather died, like we'd already cried. He's been dead for 2 weeks. We cried. Mommy's cried, man. That's
right.
But now, today, all the family here. Oh, I ain't seen some of y'all in years, nigga. Turn the fuck up.
It's regional.
Where the drinks at, nigga? What is drinks?
As it should be. The
and we party till 3 in the fucking morning.
That's what the New Orleans niggas do.
That's how we gonna do it.
Oh, yeah.
Them niggas in New Orleans have a whole marching band on your ass and walk down and then like doom 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 doom. So it's regional, you know what I mean?
We're lucky as humans, though. We're lucky because
we are.
Other animals, when it's over, they get ate.
Man. You're ran over.
Imagine your mama getting old and y'all getting chased by a lion and you look back and this nigga eating your mama. That's what animals go through.
Run away. Fuck it.
You feel what I'm saying? But ain't no therapist, ain't no lion therapist, ain't no therapist in the jungle out there counseling deer about watching their uncles and their mamas get ate by lions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I hate to say it because what makes us human is how we deal with emotions and our ability to, our cognitive reasoning abilities and all that good shit. But at some point we got to simplify shit and be like, this is going to happen.
Right.
And why make this a negative experience?
Exactly.
Yeah, but also don't minimize it because there's a difference between fear, like healthy fear, like don't jump off that fucking cliff or you're going to die, and like trauma. You know, and I think the difference really to me between white people and black people is they're just living.
Right.
We're still surviving.
Right.
And I think because they're just living, they have time to do recognizance.
Right.
They have time to create plans and all this other shit. We're just trying to get to the next day. Like my parents literally like for a time just lived paycheck to paycheck. You know, like we're just trying to get to the next day. We don't have enough space in our brain on top of our trauma to, a lot of times deal with the shit that we're, we just stuff it down. We just don't deal with it.
But one of the 9 principles of white supremacy is confusion.
Man.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like if you don't simplify mathematic probability tells you that the more things that you're dealing with, the more variables that exist. So if I make a new friend and this is my that's why motherfuckers don't have 20 best friends. Because I got one best friend, he has problems, I manage, he helps me manage my shit, we deal with it. Now if I have another nigga, that's another set of variables. You know what I mean? The more people that you add to something, the probabilities go against you because you have less control of what is being transferred onto you spiritually as well as what's improving or not improving your life. You know what I'm saying? Because people bring shit with them. You know what I'm saying? And fellas, that's really your responsibility in your relationship with your girl, because women are conductors of energy, the best conductors of energy. So a lot of times they go out into the world, and because of the way that they're programmed, they care about every motherfucking thing. They hold shit in, they bring it home. Nigga, you supposed to karate chop that shit at the door and pull your chick out of shit like that. Because if you allow her to get comfortable in that, she'll think you don't love her when you try to stop her from doing that. She'll think that you're being insensitive, and that's your, you understand what I'm saying out there. You gotta nip that shit in the bud in the beginning, especially if it's a woman that you marry, because you don't know how her father raised her, you don't know her trauma. But if you want to have a functioning, love-filled relationship, you gotta decrease those probabilities. Everybody ain't your motherfucking friend. If you got a bad bitch, there's some bitches out there trying to bring her down. They enjoy her being stressed out. I remember growing up. I still remember the lady. My mom was a very pretty woman. Very pretty woman, right? And there was this lady that used to hate on her at work, and my mom would come home every day talking about this bitch. And the bitch was kind of low-key winning. And my dad wasn't really seasoned enough to be like, hey, Donna, chill out on that. You know what I'm saying? I remember the bitch named Dory. Fuck you, Dory. Fuck Dory. Fuck you, bitch. You worked at Northrop Grumman from 1982 to 1998. Bitch, I know exactly who you are.
And then
you
worked in the shipping and receiving too.
You worked in the shipping and receiving department, bitch. Fuck you, because my mama couldn't say it, bitch. You stupid bitch. You dog-faced bitch.
You monkey mouth bitch.
You hate-ass bitch.
Hey, yeah, but like, that's part of the trauma of being black. Hey, but Kraig, that's
my mama enemies, my enemies, nigga. Fuck that.
Real. That's a shared experience. Because every day my mom was taking me home from school at Overripe Middle School. She had to deal with this white bitch named Wendy.
Oh,
that was my mom get a Lexus. Everybody get in the office and got an issue with that. I mean, no matter what the fuck. Hey, it's a lot of black women out there, man. Y'all done gone through a lot of trauma at work. Because I was my mom's therapist in the 7th and 8th grade. You know what I mean? Me being in the car, having her decompress with the bullshit she had to deal with these other women at the job. And like, so salute to y'all. And like, if you like, Kraig made a good point. Like, if you got a wife, if you got a girl at home, when she coming home, understand that she going through a lot of bullshit too. And so don't always be up on her motherfucking head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta give that space.
Stop giving, and listen, stop
love on her.
Stop giving all of these people access to you.
It's another pussy on the body a lot of people don't know about.
Oh shit.
Okay, it's called back knee. Okay, it's the area between the calf and the back of your leg. If you put oil. If you put oil right here, if you put oil on the back knee, it feels just like pussy. I promise you.
But you could describe that without showing.
Cause I done fucked a lot of. I didn't hit back knee.
Like nigga leg, all of it.
I didn't hit back knee.
You say you hit back knee?
I didn't hit back knee. You ain't never hit no back knee?
Nigga, Kraig flashing pussy to you.
I didn't hit back knees. I didn't came home and asked for back knee. I don't want no pussy. I want back knee.
Dewan, I want you. Dewan. Hey.
Bitch, turn around.
But look.
Bitch, turn around and put your leg.
I'm gonna tell you. Hey, you gotta say, B. So this for Dewan and Dunk, cause we got the one stupid nigga comment. I finally found it.
Okay.
And I want you two to address it because he's addressing you two. His name is AV Julian. Stupid nigga, bro. Okay. Can you please read? No.
What did he say? What did he say?
He's trying to argue semantics of Duncan and Dewan.
So we're not going to acknowledge the historically inaccurate and catastrophic statement this guy just made. Everyone was being lynched in America. He's dumb. Period, point blank, dumb.
You stupid.
That's projection like a motherfucker.
Stupid nigga.
Hey, look, you got birthed out of a dumb pussy, nigga.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
So let's just tell the truth. Yeah, no, all these things exist. I hate when niggas always want to play victim like we the only one. Like I said before, black people are living Europe's reality. We are living the reality of Europe long before they started fucking with us, all right?
Well, hanging is that's a European ritual.
Yeah, we live in their shit. You ever see what's in their dungeon? Look at the torture devices in their dungeons in the year 1200.
Right.
Before they started fucking with us, how they did other Europeans. So for your dumb ass, understand that these motherfuckers don't like any of us, but I don't give a fuck about defending them because they don't care about us either. Yeah. But Brandon made a good point. You made a good point, Kraig. And I forgot the motherfucking point.
Don't even trip. I got it. It's my show. I got you. If you forget, I think I can do it. I think I can handle it. If you forget anything, I think I can handle it. I'm saying, no matter what you forget, I know I can handle it. You think I can handle it?
Hey, I love Kraig on them edibles, dog.
My nigga, dog, you wild.
When this nigga take an edible before the show, we about to get wild.
I'm just saying, I know I can handle it. He might not think I can handle it because it's my show, but I can handle it.
What's his name? JV what?
AV Julian.
Now shut the fuck up, nigga.
Hey, let him know, dog.
Nobody cares what you think, nigga. That's what I'm saying. Google, fuck a Google. It's a history book. You can get all this types of shit. You can see, bro, how everyone got. This how these white people got down. Period. Not just on us. That's how they figured out it works, motherfucker. Right. You know what I'm saying? They was doing it to each other. Then they're like, oh, this is how you get down.
That's
how we do.
Used to work.
So come on, bro. Stop it and shut the fuck up and shut the fuck up.
All that shit the nigga said.
Shut the fuck up and shut the fuck up.
For real, bro.
Nigga wildin'.
Yeah, you know, there was a time when they didn't take baths.
Yeah.
For real.
Stanky motherfucker.
There was a time when they didn't use soap.
They thought it was
There was a time. You know, the Moors taught them.
Let's talk about why they was being dirty, though.
You
what
know
they thought
what I'm
they
saying?
were doing by being dirty. They thought they were being closer to God by being
Right.
dirty.
And they held the most diseases and all kind of sicknesses. It was unreal.
They came up with chicken pox because they used to sleep with chickens. That's chicken pox.
When Odin was their god, there was some dirty motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know who Odin is?
Oh, yeah.
He's the god of the Vikings.
Yeah, motherfucker.
That's who they prayed to before they
Zeus
prayed
daddy.
to Jesus. That's Zeus daddy. You know what I'm saying? So we dealing with a different mind state. But other than that, man, we had 2 hours? All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Juan, tell them where they can find you.
HotepIsh.com, goddammit. HotepIsh.com. I got my new Martin Luther King t-shirts. I fear I may have integrated my people into a burning house. MLK Day is coming up. These white supremacists love to recontrol the narrative and cut MLK off to one fucking speech back in the early 60s when he evolved after he spoke with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in 1966. He evolved into a new person that understood what the fuck was going on. And I'm going to have a series on who the real Dr. King was the week of Dr. King's birthday. So we can't let these motherfuckers retell his story when the NBA come around that day talking about something we shall overcome. That nigga woke up.
Right. And where can they get your shirts at, bro?
HotepIsh.com/apparel.
Hell yeah. Do you got regular sizes or?
Man, look, I got as many X's as you niggas need. I got shirts.
I only sell 5X. Okay. So
I'm glad you said that, Kraig. I just got V-necks. I just got V-necks so niggas with noses like Kraig's can get their shit on without stretching that shit out.
Fuck you, nigga.
Woo, shit. Yeah, man. All right, good show, fellas. This is a great show. Beautiful guest. She was very, very good on the show today.
Dose.
Brought some real solid shit. You can catch me at Mr. Duncan Penny Hughes on Instagram. On my YouTube is Gangsta Nerd Brand Culture. I was just saying Gangsta Nerd. You'll see a nigga from 2002 that was trash. That, you know what I'm saying, was on Interscope. That's not the real guy. I'm the real nigga that y'all should be looking for. So it's Gangsta Nerd Brand Culture. That's what y'all looking for on YouTube. Album coming out February 14th, Sapiosexual.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. You know the fucking vibes. Yes, sir. What else we got? And
that's the love story of an urban ape. That's what that
Starring Kraig, nigga. Big swole nigga. Albino way, nigga. A light-skinned version ape, though. That nigga swole on the cover. Nah, but you know, and plus, hey man, I want to do a beat battle with you niggas, because a lot of niggas hitting me up saying they're producers. You know what I'm saying? We finna get a motherfucking squared circle for you niggas to battle in. You know what I'm saying? Hey. That's what music is about, especially during this quarantine time. A lot of you niggas saying you hot. We gonna see. You know what I'm saying? So that might be coming up. You know what I mean?
Sean Robinson, good look on the 30, man. Appreciate the donation.
Appreciate you, bro.
Bless, man.
Your haircut game is trash.
On Zemo.
Damn.
He just need to get that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if there's any dope barbers on here, I want to do something different. If you're a dope barber, you want to come on the show, I'm going to set up a camera where you can cut live during the show. You know what I'm saying? Hit the website.
That's dope.
Hit the website.
So dope. How you gonna hear?
You know what I'm saying? Hit the what? No, they could be outside.
Oh, I thought you meant like in here.
Yeah. So we're gonna do. We promoting barbershops and shit. If you want to come on the show, cut some hair live.
We gonna get the wine and
we'll
the chair,
definitely do that, man. Hit the
Hit
website. Also, look, I got the button on there. I got the button on there.
Okay.
Go on the website. Click the button. And we have a section. If you want to start an LLC, I can help you do that. If you have questions about a car loan because you're about to purchase a car, you need to know how to read the documentation and make sure you're not being fucked over. Fill the information out on the website. Me and Brandon will be able to help you with that. If you want to purchase a bucket, you want to get a 25 to 5 grand scraper, we got Dozie here. I can help you with that. We can help you with that. If you want to, whatever you want to do, let us help you. Do not purchase a car and finance a car if you're one of my fans without sending me the paperwork. Let me look over it. I'll go over your paperwork.
These niggas want to pay more, so let them.
If you want to be fucked up, look, every $20
let them know.
They get you to pay on top of your car payment when you're negotiating. That's another $1,000 on the price of the car.
These stupid niggas can't count.
You understand what I'm saying? If you say I want a $400 payment and they get you to $440, you just paid $2 grand more for that car. Let me help you. Stop letting these. I'm telling you, I gave you one tip. If you go into a dealership and it's an Arabic nigga speaking Spanish, get the fuck up out of there.
That's game right there.
Facts. I'm telling you the real. I'm telling you the 100% real. And I got love for my Arabic niggas because they hustle.
That's why you need to run.
But I'm telling you.
That's why you need to run. Bruh.
Let me help you, motherfucker. Stop thinking because a nigga got a nice suit on. Right. And, you know what I'm saying? And they being nice to you that they gon' do the right thing by you. They're not. Absolutely. An aftermarket doesn't come with a car.
Facts.
That's an add-on to the vehicle.
Optional.
You know what I'm saying? So if you want some game and you want to do it right, fuck with us, man. I got lots of finance experience. I worked in sales damn near 20 years. You feel what I'm saying? I've had my own little bullshit business. You know what I'm saying? I got life experience. Brandon has it. Dozie has it. You know what I'm saying? Big Bro got it. She got it. Juan ate it. He got it. We got all the life experience you need to make informed decisions.
And Kraig, real quick. So Kraig, how you were talking about cars, and it's so sad because the guy's name is Circulate Wealth. He said stop leasing. Don't listen to people like that idiot.
Don't listen to that nigga.
That guy is a fucking idiot. So this is why. No, the guy's an idiot. He's an idiot. So this is why we're telling you to reach out.
Listen is a great thing if you know what the fuck you're doing.
Change your username, bro. You can't be Circulate Wealth telling. Idiot. Fucking idiot, bro.
You got to know about the money factor. You got to know about the straight line depreciation ratio. All this shit is math. It's all calculated before you get there. Don't think you're smarter than the math, man.
Use your resources, people.
Straight out. Go ahead. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Megan J. Glenn. You can find me on Clubhouse at Megan the Creator. Megan the Creator. And my website, if you're looking for services, is www.meganwrites.co. And then I have a separate blog called Parable Project, spelled exactly how it would be, parableproject.co. So, or you can Google me, Megan Glenn author. And that's it.
That's dope. Yeah, give it up for great.
Shine on you niggas.
Charlie. Tell them where they can find.
Find me on IG, IAM Charlie Newhart. And listen, again, thank everybody that's been subscribing to my YouTube channel. I drop a video a day. Subscribe to my channel, please. Charlie Newhart on YouTube, man. You want to get some of these shirts or my book, my website is ilovecharlienewhart.com. But out of all that shit, fuck with my YouTube first.
Yep.
We got to get it growing, man. I appreciate everybody. Thank y'all so much.
Hey, Charlie, you know Iman Mama was on you on the show, nigga.
Yeah, she was asking about a real nigga or what? What she was talking about?
She don't know what that thing do, bro.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. What was she saying? I mean,
she said, where is Charlie? She asked for Charlie.
Verbatim, those were the words.
Trying to get that thing.
Man,
okay.
She trying to get that thing tossed in the air and shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, she... I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad. She was doing what she was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So So much respect
Real
to you.
respect.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
No, but you was do you still do the coding shit?
Oh, for the kids.
Yeah.
We're trying to get that back. They really not fucking with us because they trying to get kids in school. Period.
Okay.
But when we get that back going, yeah.
That shit's dope, man. For real. That you do that through your nonprofit?
Yeah, Gangsta Nerd. It's Coding Academy, and we got a Sound Academy too.
I fuck with that.
Working, y'all.
Those, tell them where they can find you, man.
Yo, man. Chet, Ibo Quenu.
Hey!
Real quick, man. I love all of y'all, man. Real shit.
Love you too, bro.
Hey,
Real
it's
shit.
the first week of the month of the fucking year.
Man.
Damn.
Month, all that bullshit, you know. And we done been through some bullshit this week, but shit.
Set it off.
I'm with you, Dewan. That ain't our fight.
Nah,
That ain't our fight. So it's like let's just keep trying to progress out here, man. Y'all know where to find me. _DOZ on Instagram, Facebook. Dozie Nzenwa, man. Y'all know what it is, man. I love everybody. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I got attitude. Thank you again, Megan, for coming.
That was dope.
Hell of a week for the show. You can find me in the War Zone. B12 World 8072 on the Xbox gamer tag. If you got the PlayStation, hit me in the DM and I'll give you the Activision account. We can get a game in the War Zone.
Have I sent you?
Nah. You were the one, man. I'm waiting for you. Go to the website TheeKraigSmith.com. If you want to sponsor the podcast, you see the videos we put in on the commercials. Twisted Up, Chill Withers. We have multiple companies that we put on there.
Motherfuckers.
Go to the website, put in the description. You want to sponsor the show. We'd love to have you on. If you want to buy some merch, like the beanie Kraig got on, TheeKraigSmith.com. Go to the shop page, support the show. Instagram is B12 World. See y'all next week, man.
Dozie the kind of nigga that changed up the way he laugh after he buy a C-class Benz.
A C-class?
Oh, that little thing? Oh, that little thing?
Nigga started. They're like, I like the car, though.
Oh, that thing?
Charlie,
that's nothing.
Charlie, healthy ass. He only eat at Church's Chicken because it got the churches in front of it.
Y'all be churches in the church.
Proverbs milk.
That was funny.
That was.
I don't see Jesus nowhere on these walls.
Where Jesus at? Niggas say you look for Jesus pictures at
I
churches.
don't see Jesus nowhere on these walls.
No, I gotta give it to you. Hey, you show up.
Dozie snapping this year.
You show up to the restaurant and meet Dozie. He slide away, check his bank balance, and then leave. Say he got an emergency at the crib.
I'ma holler at y'all.
Nigga walk up to the table like, I'ma holler at y'all. I got an emergency at the crib. I gotta holler at y'all. Fuck y'all niggas, man.
Hey, Kanye West girl.
Oh, talk about that, dog.
On
Jeffree Star shit?
Okay. But I don't think this is true. But the
That's
gay
what
He put out a
Cap,
video
dog.
said it's not true today.
Yeah, he said it's not true.
Yeah, he put out today.
Okay, I was about to say.
Oh, he said he on the way out?
You gonna be all right. You gonna be all right, Kanye. Keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? Get some niggas around you again.
Man,
Again.
Oh, it's
You
official
feel me?
though?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know, Kim K ain't playing with that nigga. Get some niggas around you. Hopefully, man. Keep doing great things,
They
man.
said he wanted the divorce.
Oh well, shit. I don't know. I know I want Kanye to win, even though he do a lot of shit. I don't.
Straight
agree
shout
with.
out to Kanye.
I'm
I
rooting
deal
for
with
him,
Kanye, bro.
I'm rooting
I
for
support
him,
you,
man. I'm
Kanye,
rooting
for
for
real.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, but we support Kanye, man. You know what I'm saying?
Get off that weird shit.
leave her the fuck alone.
That weird shit, my nigga. Come on.
Also, look, man, this has been a great show. If I owe you something, I'm not gonna be able to give it to you. But if you want it, you can get it from God, nigga. That's been this episode. Yeah.
Oh, that is official. They out.
You about to text her?
He said, "Hello, they out."